It's Bike Week. 10 days, anywhere from 300,000 to 500,000 people gathering together at Daytona Beach, Florida. 10 days of amateur racing, of beauty pageants, coleslaw wrestling, airball concerts, Bob Hoss parades, and people showing off their rides. And of course, people showing off, well, other stuff. Let's just say that's the closest I'm getting to Daytona Beach anytime soon. But anyway, in 2022, Terry and Brenda Altman would head to Daytona Beach to enjoy the festivities. But on their way home, they would find themselves ambushed while riding their bikes and would ultimately lose their lives due to the attack. The police would put out information to the public that they were able to obtain from several surveillance cameras, footage that gave information to ID a possible suspect. A 4-day manhunt eventually produced results as they apprehended Mr. McCain. They escorted him down to the station to get some answers for us all as to why this innocent couple needlessly lost their lives.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get you out here soon, man. You doing all right?
No.
You sure? You look a little stressed out. I mean, rightfully so, but
I'll just look at my brother see me and here is this.
you don't like that. No, I gotcha. I wouldn't want my brother to see me in this situation either. You know what I mean? The cuffs are okay. They're not too tight or anything like that.
I just feel like I'm in a box.
If you're guilty of what they're thinking you're guilty of, yeah, you better get used to a box, my man.
I know. If you want, what you want to do, you can actually, like, once we get you all back situated in here, like, just stretch your feet out onto the seat. That way your feet aren't jammed up in there. You know what I mean? Like, just back your body up into there. That way you're kind of like sitting up like in a chair, you know? It's starting to rain again. So obviously, I mean, do you have any idea what we're doing here?
No.
Okay. So obviously, so you know where I work with, correct? I work with the Daytona Beach Police Department. Do you have any idea what we'd be doing out here? Okay. So before we start, I'm gonna ask you a few questions. All right. Before we do that, I'm gonna go ahead and read you your rights. Okay. And then we're gonna go from there.
The rights, they're read.
Do you understand these rights? With these rights in mind, you still want to talk to me?
No, I don't want to talk about.
What's that? Okay.
I don't talk.
Well, no, I'll ask. I mean, I'll ask you the questions, and then you can. Is that okay with you?
Yeah.
Okay. So do you have any idea why the Daytona Beach Police Department would want to come and talk to you?
Yeah.
Okay. So before we get started, so here's the thing. I don't want to start off on the wrong foot. Basically, what's going to benefit you the most right now is just to be completely honest with me about what's going on, what happened, and how it all happens. Okay. Let me put it to you this way. Whenever cases go to court or whenever cases get looked at by people that weren't involved, what happens is they're going to take what you're saying and they're going to take a look at the evidence of the case. You know what I mean? People have a really easy time making a decision or an opinion about somebody when they can tell that they're lying and they're being dishonest. Well, they do that in cases like this whenever they take what you're saying and they compare it to the evidence. You see what I mean? When it's clear that you're lying about things, automatically it's just like, okay, this guy's guilty. He's clearly lying, and that's how we can tell because of the evidence right here. Okay, that's what I want to prevent. I don't want to have you back yourself into a corner where there's nothing we can do for you. Okay. That being said, we're going to ask you a few questions about an incident that happened in Daytona. All right. I want you to just be as honest and forthcoming as possible because that's really the only way that you're going to help yourself out. Okay. If you show remorse for what you did, and everyone looking at this case can tell that, like, okay, well, you know what? I think he made a really bad decision. I think he made a mistake, but he's, admitting what he did was wrong. He's feeling bad for it. He's feeling guilty for it. And that's going to be a huge factor that comes into play in this case. Okay. So we'll go ahead and proceed from here. Have you left Orlando in the past few days at all?
Past few days, I was at the beach on Sunday.
Where out on the beach?
Daytona.
Okay. All right. So you went out to the beach on Sunday. Do you know what you did there? Do you remember where you went or anything?
No, just the beach.
Just the beach and nowhere else? So walk me through your day on Sunday. How exactly did it all happen?
Me, my cousin, over to the beach.
Okay.
That's the reason I said he broke exactly what. So it's like, it's just you said the tone was like.
Right. Okay. You gotta be honest with me here, man. I mean, that's the only way you're gonna help yourself out, okay? You gotta be, okay? We know what happened, okay? You know what happened. You were there.
Oh, there.
Right, in Daytona Beach.
Yeah.
Okay.
What you said? I know what happened. When I was there.
When you were there, I mean, we know everything that happened. Obviously, we came out here for a reason. You know, it's not by mistake. Okay, there's a reason why we're contacting you out here, and that's pretty much it. And we just need to know exactly. We're past who did it. We're past how it happened, and we know what happened. You know what I mean? But we need to know exactly why it happened now at this point. You see what I mean? So just keep that in mind. All right. Don't lie, and don't back yourself into a corner. All right. So you went to the beach with your cousins and everything, or you said, who was it, your cousin? Okay. So from there, you went to the beach, and what, did you guys stay out there in a hotel or anything?
No, right after we done with the beach, we went straight back home.
So, okay. Gotcha. So did you go anywhere else other than the beach? So when you drove into town, you went straight to the beach, and then you went straight home?
Yeah, it's like a little day, like one family day, just go to the beach.
Okay. So did you go walking around ever by yourself at all? No, never by yourself. Okay. All right. So did you go wandering around like outside? So you never went in. So you drove down to the beach. Where did you guys park at?
We park exactly. The parking where the parkings are more free. Like,
The what?
the parking you have to pay. Like, this is like I don't know how to say it exactly. I don't know the name. But it's the parking that it's free. It's free, you don't have to pay, but you just got parking.
Okay, I gotcha. Like free, like public parking.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys parked there, and then you went to the beach. Do you remember what you were wearing that day?
I was wearing red shorts.
So we have a
Red shorts. And
I know they think I'm like 21, so they go like this frustration on social media.
fight for freedom.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. So, what if I told you that I know that you didn't just go to the beach?
What's that?
We know you didn't just go to the beach. Okay, we have proof that you didn't go to the beach. Okay, and you need to come out and you need to be honest with it, because right now you're lying, and what you're doing is you're backing yourself into a corner. You see what I'm saying?
Why am I lying?
We know that you didn't go to the beach. We know you went other places other than the beach. Okay, you know that, right? So anytime you go anywhere, especially in cities like Daytona Beach and everywhere else, there's cameras everywhere you go. You understand that, right? There's people's Ring cameras, there's doorbell cameras, there's surveillance cameras. There's tons and tons of cameras like all over the place, all right? So you need to keep that in mind as we continue, okay? So, can you tell me what you did after you went to the beach?
I'm never making this up.
Did you go out walking around or anything like that?
No.
You never did? Okay.
I went around the beach.
Other than the beach, did you go up and down? Do you know like any kind of bars or restaurants or anything? Okay. So did you go to eat anywhere when you were there? No? So you never ate anywhere while you were there. So you went straight there, then you went straight home. Listen, man. You have no idea the amount that we already know. We know what happened. And I don't want you to, you're hurting yourself right now by lying, okay? We know exactly what you did. We know how it all happens. We know where you went, okay? Because there's cameras all over the city over there. Daytona Beach is covered with cameras. So you need to stop being dishonest. You need to tell us what happened, okay? You're hurting yourself. You're doing nothing but hurting yourself right now by being dishonest, all right? Okay? You're in a little bit of trouble right now, but the only way you're going to help yourself out is by being honest and maybe giving us a better idea of why this all happened. You see what I'm saying? Can you tell me why this happened?
I don't remember nothing. Yeah, I just remember we went to the beach.
You just went to the beach?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Just went to the beach and then you just went home. Okay.
Well, we still a little while.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember.
Just the beach and just went home and just walking up and down the beach. All right. Well, I'm gonna tell you this. We know you didn't just go to the beach. We know we have a lot of information, a lot of evidence that you weren't just on the beach, that you were in a lot of other places other than the beach. All right. But we need to know why this all happened. You and I need to work together, and we need to get in front of this before you end up hurting yourself and backing yourself into a corner. Okay? Because what's going to happen if this case goes to trial and the jury sees that you're just lying about everything, then what's going to happen? They're going to think that you're just guilty and that everything you did it out of anger, or you did it out of some other reason other than maybe it was an accident or maybe it was a mistake or something along those lines. You see what I'm saying? But if you continue down this road and you're just lying and lying and lying, the jury's going to, they're going to see this. They're going to see that. Okay, that speaks a lot. The things you say about the things you don't say, it speaks a lot. Okay. So what I need you to do, I need you to think about this for a second, and I need you to tell me why this all happened. Tell me where you were at other than the beach. You gotta talk to me, man. You don't want this on your conscience for the rest of your life.
I'm trying.
You don't. I see that you're going through a lot right now. I can see that. Just talking to you for a little while, I can see you've got a lot on your mind. You have a lot on your conscience that you don't want on there. Okay? You need to get that off your conscience. You need to get this out. Otherwise, this is going to eat you up.
I don't remember clearly. All I remember is the beach.
You don't remember the beach? Only you remember is the beach, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
As we head to our first commercial break, I'm not going to judge this officer, but this seems like one of the types of suspects you want to try to build rapport with. I mean, he doesn't really seem very talkative. Well, hopefully, when they get into the formal interview, which is what's coming after the commercial break, they can open him up and ask him a little bit about himself and get him to talk. So that way they can get more answers, more information about his day. We'll find out more when we get back.
Favorite food, man? What's your favorite food?
I don't have a favorite.
You don't like is Mexican food your favorite? Italian food? International food?
I'm not picky.
No. Be good.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and start it. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and record this, just in case something happens with this recording. Can you tell me what your full name and your birthday is?
My first name is Gene.
How do you spell that?
Jean.
Okay. Do you have a middle name?
Middle name is McCain. Macean.
That's your middle name or your last name? It's okay. Do you have a middle name?
Robert.
Robert, that's right. What's your birthday, Gene? Okay. Do you remember we were back at the apartment, I read you your rights?
Yes.
Okay. And you agreed to speak to me?
Yes.
Okay. So continuing with that in mind, we're going to go ahead and continue the conversation. Is that okay with you?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So this has been a long day. I am soaking wet. I'm sure you're probably like stressed out and upset and everything like that, and rightfully so, you know what I mean? Spoke to your dad and your brother a little bit there on scene. Just kind of told them a little bit what's going on. Your dad was wearing a Disney shirt. You said he works at Disney. Like, what does he do there?
He's a gardener. Like, he trained to...
Like landscaping, kind of? Okay. You ever done anything like that before?
different type of stuff.
Yeah. Okay. So... like we were discussing before, we started kind of getting into it a little bit, but then it started pouring rain and everything else. So we'll continue that a little bit. So just to recap, so you were telling me on Sunday that you and a couple of your friends went down to Daytona Beach. Is that correct? Or who are they to you? Just friends? Are they relatives?
Just friends, relatives.
Oh, are you related to them? Cousin, sister, brother?
Cousins, friends.
Cousins? Okay. All right. And then how'd you guys get there?
Car.
Whose car was it?
My cousin.
Your cousin's car? Which cousin?
Her name is Daff.
Daff? So Daff drove you down there?
To the beach.
So are you sure you want to put her there with you during that time? Because you know what you're doing right now is you're implicating her in this whole thing. Is that something you really want to do? Okay. So do you want to be honest with me now? Huh?
Especially she may have cost me. It's not a
Right. So do you want to tell me what really happened now? Okay. So here, do you remember what we were talking about? Listen, man, a lot of people think that police officers and detectives, all they're doing is trying to lock people up, which is not the case, okay? If I can help somebody out, then I absolutely will, all right? What I'm trying to get you to do, like now that we're kind of in a nice, much quieter environment, and it's not raining, everything, I really want to drive home exactly what I mean by this to you, okay? In these investigations, so before we make an arrest or anything like that, we do a lot of work throughout the investigation. See what I mean? We obtain evidence and everything of the crime that occurs. All right. In this case, you have no idea the amount of hours that went into this investigation. There is a ton of physical evidence. Okay. I want you to keep that in mind. All right. We're past the part whether or not if you did it. We know that you did it, okay? I want you to keep this in mind. We know you did it. We know it happened. We'll get to that, but we know how it happened, but you need to tell us why it happened, okay? I think that this is what I think happened. I think that you were probably going for a little walk, and I think you were probably trying to clear your mind because you're going through a pretty hard time right now, correct?
Yeah.
I just lost my father a year ago, so I know what you're going through. I was very close to my father. I was telling you he took me fishing before, and he used to take me fishing in that little pond. I was telling you about that. I know what you're going through. A lot of people go through a very tough time.
You know her birthday's this month?
Her birthday's this month?
I just look nerve. When you told me, it's like, I know. I just went to the beach, just to the beach. And then, that's all I remember, I was just the beach. And then I remember I was stuck. I don't know where I was at. And I called. Then I said they came. They went me to the beach again. And that was all I could remember.
Okay. So.
And all I did was just went over for mini vacations. All my schedule wanted.
Here's what I think. Okay? Gene, you have to understand, we know a lot already. We have already gathered a lot. Okay? Everywhere you go, somebody's watching. Something's being recorded. Okay? That's why we're able to, this is 2022, all right? You have to understand, there's cameras everywhere. There's people with cell phones everywhere. I want you to understand something, okay? I think that what you did...
You weren't thinking?
I think that you want to hear what I think happened, and then correct me if I'm wrong. I think what you did was you went down there because you were having a really hard time.
No, I wasn't thinking. That's the problem. It's just I was just drinking heavy.
Okay.
You feel me?
Yeah.
It's like you at home. You said, "Let me go to the beach from all this." You know, I was there. I told you I didn't have a job, so I said, "Let me go to the beach." All I have to do is let me go to the beach and come right back. That's all.
When you're down there. Because we know where you were at, and we know where you went, okay? We know what's going on. We know what happened. We know you took a little bit of a walk. You were probably down in the area, took a little bit of a walk, just kind of checking out the scenery and everything, and I think something happened where, I think you made some really bad decisions. I think that you made a mistake. I think you feel bad for that. But you need to tell us why. And here's the thing. I know you're telling me you don't remember and you blacked out and this and that, but here's the thing. So what's going to happen years from now, months from now, whenever this goes to trial, and you got a group of people standing in the jury box. They're human beings just like you and me. Okay, they're able to form their own opinions of you, to me, of the case, and everything else. What do you think they're going to do whenever? Because this was an awful thing that happened. I think what you did was, I think you made a mistake in the heat of the moment, and I think that.
That was not very strategic.
You got to help me understand, man. How you have to understand? You have to help me understand why it happened.
But that's the schedule I tell you. I just like the day, just the whole week was being a long week, and then I have to have a little work, and then I just told myself, let me have a little vacation. Just the thought, let me have a vacation, because I don't leave town. I never left town. I've been here for too long. I know what to do, tell me by myself. So I just told him, let me go to my just get away from the space, the area, man. You know the area. So it's like, I want some space. Too much of the same spaces. Like, I just want some space after that. So I remember having fun on the beach, and after that, I just kept drinking all night.
Where were you drinking at? Do you remember some of the places before you where you were drinking at? Because you remember you were drinking. No?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's talk. Let's bring it back to exactly where you started drinking at. Where did you stay at?
I didn't stay anywhere.
You didn't stay anywhere? Okay. And how did you get there?
Bus.
By a bus.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's start with that. So now you're being honest with that. You didn't go with your cousins down there. You weren't there by yourself.
I told you I just woke up. That's the only time I can remember. But now you just.
So let me tell you something. So like I told you, Daytona Beach is a tourist area. Okay, there are cameras there. We know that you were probably doing a little bit of drinking, but you weren't drinking heavily all night long. Okay, what you were doing a lot of walking around, all right, without a drink in your hands. You see what I'm saying? You talked to a lot of people without no, you didn't have a drink in your hand at this point. All right, you're talking to a lot of people. Do you see what I'm saying? Hear me out here. If this goes to trial and the jury there's no reasoning behind it, it just happened. This horrible thing happened, and the jury doesn't have a reason. They're like, what did this guy do? Why did he do this? If there's no why that's answered, the jury's going to form their own opinions about you. All they're going to see is, this guy's lying. This guy did a horrible thing. He doesn't feel bad for it. Okay, but if there's a reason why it happened, if he said something to you, if you know what I mean, if something happened that caused this, then you need to tell me why now.
I don't know what happened, because I know when I was drinking, I don't know what thoughts was going in my head. So I definitely don't know. I don't know what thoughts was going in my head.
Let me ask you this: where's the clothes that you were wearing that night?
Mm-hmm. The clothes? That's what I'm saying. I just woke up.
You woke up in what?
I just woke up from the streets. It's like I woke up, like, where am I at? And I know I'm still in Daytona. That's what I'm saying. It's like,
okay, Gene, listen to me. The pants you were wearing, look at me. Okay, this is where you and I are going to be honest with each other. Okay, because we're here to help you. Okay, and get you the help that you need. Okay.
Yeah.
You understand that? But the only way we can do that, Gene, is if you and I are honest with each other.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? Okay. So you obviously know that we know what occurred, and we know where you were doing and where you were walking. But what we're trying to figure out is why and what did you do with the pants and your shoes? What did you do with your clothing? What did you do with it? Where? Because when you woke up, right? When you woke up, you were wearing that clothing. Where's that clothing?
You feel me?
Yeah. So
that's what's puzzling me. This never happened before. You see my room, all the drinks.
I got it all.
That's what you see the drinks.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's no like.
We've got a bunch of stuff from your room.
Here's the thing, man. I mean, we know what you were wearing that night. I know what you had on them that night that made you get rid of them. Okay? There are certain things you didn't get rid of that you were wearing that night that we have now, and you know that. Okay? The clothes that you were wearing that night, we have a lot of that stuff now.
Yeah.
What clothes?
Think about. I'm going to leave it at that. Think about what you were wearing that night that we could probably have.
Okay, I tell you what. Instead of us going back and forth and saying what clothes, what this and what that, we're here. Listen, Gene, we're here for a reason.
Yeah.
We're here for a reason. We are here because we know what you did. So here's the thing. The reason, but why? Why did you do it? That's all. Why were you doing the things you were doing at Daytona? Was there a particular reason? Did somebody harm you? Did someone try to attack you?
I just wanted a vacation.
Okay, but did someone try to attack you while you were there? Did somebody mess with you? Did they bother you? Did they come at you? Did you have to defend yourself? What was it? You don't know. What was it, Gene?
I don't know exactly.
Okay.
You're saying you don't remember. Okay. I think you do. Okay. I think you do remember because, again, we've talked to several people. We've gathered a lot of evidence. You know what happened, and you need to help us understand why it happened. You and I both know what happened. We're beyond that. Okay?
Not for real. I too much, because seeing my father come on, all these.
What's going to happen when this goes to trial and your father and your brother are going to be watching this and they're just going to sit there and seeing you lie about it? What is that going to do for them? But if you can help us understand, also you're going to help them understand why it happened. Because what's going to happen if you continue down this path and, I don't know, I blacked out or I did this or that. Like, that's not the way it works. Okay? You need to help us understand why this all happened. You're going to let the families have closure. You're going to let your father have closure, your brother, your family. Don't you want them to know why this happened?
That's all. I'm telling you the truth. That's all I could remember. That's all I could remember for real. Because I know losing a mother, I don't know how it feels to lose a mother. You feel me?
I lost mine. And I get it. We talked about that, and I understand.
I just don't know. So I just don't know what happened after that.
Okay.
Because I just want to clear my mind. It's all. I don't know what the drink could do.
The things got out of hand.
That's probably I don't know how. Like, why? I don't know my thought. I don't know what was going on. Like,
did he say something to you?
Who?
Did they say something to you? What did they say to you, Gene? What did they say to you?
It's like this. I must have been upset.
What did they say to you?
Leaving.
Right, and we understand. So what did they say to you? What did they say to you? Don't do that. Don't do that to me. I'll sit here with you. I'll be there for you. But the only way I'm going to do that, Gene, is if you are honest with me and you don't lie to me.
Yeah.
Okay? So this is not my first time doing this, and I can tell you that I want to help you. I want to help you because you deserve to get help. Okay? Because something happened that was out of your control. That's what happened. But you have to talk to me, okay? Listen, you have to talk to me. You got to tell me. You got to tell me your side of the story, so we can help you. We have to help you. But saying the whole playing the game of I don't remember this, don't do that to me. If you do that to me, listen, Gene.
Yeah, I heard that.
Gene, I know. I'm not going to do that. I don't play those games. I give people one opportunity just like I give my kids. Just like I give my kids. Don't ever lie to me. Be honest and I'll help you to the fullest. Okay? Is that fair? Is that fair, Gene?
Mm-hmm.
Yes? Okay. So what did they do to you? What did they say to you? What did they do?
All I said was I was just drinking so much that, especially that bottle, I never drank that whole bottle.
I'm going to show you something.
That bottle, I never drank it all by myself.
Right.
That's a puzzle because I never drank that whole bottle before. That bottle's strong.
Gene.
That's the reason why I said it's puzzling me because that's the first time I drank the whole bottle. And if I did,
Gene. Listen to me. I'm going to show you something right now, okay? And I want you to really think about this right now. You see these people?
If you show me,
do you know who that is?
If you show me these people,
do you know who these people are, Gene?
Well, if you show him, I mean,
Do you know who these people are? Do you know what happened to them?
they're tough.
Look at them. I want you to take a good look at those two. Happy couple. Out enjoying themselves. Look at them. They look happy, don't they? Happy married couple. Walking home from the bar. Tell us, Gene. You need to come forward. You need to tell us right now how this happened. How it happened. For their families.
Man, for real.
For your family. And for yourself.
I am for real. I can't remember.
Gene, my mom died in front of me. Okay? Because she died of cancer. Okay? Your wife, your mom, your precious mom, loving mom, passed away from the coronavirus. She is looking down on us right now, and she wants you to make the right choice. You made a mistake. Okay? We can get past that. We can get past that. We can get past that, but don't sit there and do this. Don't do this and try to tell us that you don't remember. Your mother is watching you right now to make the right choices.
No, my mom is watching me.
What do you think she's going to want you to do right now? If I know that you can hear her, right? You talk to her, don't you? In your mind, you talk to her, don't you?
Something I feel like I'm having my imagination.
I can guarantee you this, and I know this. If she was here right now, what do you think she would tell you to do?
She probably want me to get arrested.
She wouldn't.
That's what she raised me up to.
But past that, right now, if you could hear her talk right now, what do you think she would be telling you to do right in this exact moment?
You tell the truth.
To tell the truth.
That's right.
Don't lie. You don't. You deserve more. You're better than that.
Do it for your mom.
That's what I'm saying. When y'all keep repeating my mom, that's the first thing that happens. I keep saying that's really because y'all keep great. Honestly.
You got to tell us why this happened. You got to give us an idea of why it happened. Gene, you're backing yourself into a corner.
I can't back myself in the court if I don't know it's actually real for real. I'm serious. I am very serious. If I'm shedding tears because I shed too much tears from my mother. But I am very serious. I do not remember. And that is that.
When you woke up, what did you have on you? You were covered with something, right?
Oh, yes.
What were you covered with?
I have pants.
Okay, where'd those go? Where'd the pants go?
What color were the pants, Gene?
They were green.
Green?
Yeah.
Okay. Tell you what. Let's not keep doing this. Let's not keep doing this. Okay? You start telling the truth. You owe it to yourself. You owe it to your family to be honorable, to be truthful, and own your mistakes. Own
right here?
your mistakes.
We know where you are. We knew where you were.
No, if I bring my cousin, she could tell you what pants I had on.
Do you see this? This is you. We know this is you. Okay?
Do you think that's you? Is that you?
Yes.
Of course it is. Where's your pants and boots at that you got rid of? Where are they? Because you woke up with them.
That's what I'm saying.
Where are they? Where are they?
I don't know.
When you woke up from this trance, did you realize that you had blood all over you?
No, I just woke up.
What did you do? What did you think when you had all this blood on your pants and
No,
shoes?
not for real. I just woke it's like you just woke up. I just woke up and you just see what you have on you and just find out where you at and you just make a call.
Where did you said you didn't stay anywhere.
I didn't.
I know. You made a phone call.
Yeah.
What was the person's name that you called? Daft. Oh, and who's Daft to you?
That's my cousin.
Is that a female or male?
That's a female.
Okay. Do you know Daft's phone number?
No, I don't.
Okay. DAS?
DAS, yeah.
Okay. And you called her what time?
I don't remember exactly.
Well, you woke up out of the trance, so was it nighttime or was it daytime?
When I woke up, it was morning.
It was morning. Was the sun out?
Yes.
Where were you at? How did she know how to get to you?
Got a call.
Yeah, but how did you know where you were?
I look around, just
Where were you at?
and especially I used the GPS.
Where were you?
I don't know exactly where I was at.
Were you at a store?
No, I was outside.
I know, but were you near a store? Were you on the beach?
No, I was just outside by a store, but I don't know what type of store.
How did she? So the GPS. When you called her? What did you say? How did she know how to get to you?
I'm going to Daytona. I'm stuck in here.
Right, but what did you tell her? You said, "Hey, I'm here. Come get me at this location."
Yeah, I just look at the GPS, the location, GPS.
What did
you look at the map and show you exactly where you at?
Well, what did you tell her?
Where did it say?
I don't know, but I was like, I don't know precisely. Guys, you got in the car up and left.
All right. So here's what's going to happen. When we leave this room and we can't do anything else for you, and this is going to be your official statement, just a pack of lies, what's going to happen from now? You're going to go to trial. The jury's going to see that you're not doing nothing but lying. They're going to see you don't feel bad for what you did. You're not remorseful, and there's no motive. So you know what's going to happen? It's going to look like you chose them out of the randomly, and you wanted to kill them. You wanted to kill them. That's how the jury's going to see this, because you don't want to tell us the truth. And they're going to say that you went out there and you picked those people because you wanted to kill them.
I'm not going to lie. If I were on the jury and I saw this interview thus far, I would have to agree with the officer. I would think he just randomly picked two people. I'm very curious to find out if he gives us another reason. I mean, did they do something to him? Did they run into each other? Did they flick each other off? I mean, what happened? Why these two people? We'll find out more when we get back.
Is that what you want?
I didn't do. Oh my goodness! Oh,
no.
Just drinking and.
You're lying.
Just.
You're lying. And you know what?
Because I heard saying
you want us
too much of your emotions, your real emotions. That I didn't know none of that. Till, I just woke up. I had a mission to go to the beach, relax, and then come back. And everything else just happened because I was drinking too much then, because that's all I could remember.
I tell you what, everybody drinks too much every now and again.
I drink too much, but
listen to me. Everybody's been there before. You and I both know. I've drank too much before. He's drank too much before. Everybody in this room has probably had a little bit too much to drink, but they don't go out and they don't kill people.
Emotionally, it must have been emotional because I've never been emotional when I'm drinking.
It must have been emotion that made you kill Brenda and Terry.
Brenda.
What happened? You need to tell us right now what happened. Otherwise,
I remember I was on the beach and I kept drinking so much.
No, we're beyond that. We are beyond that. Listen to me. You're lying. We can prove that you're lying with the evidence that we have. You need to tell us the truth. You need to stop with this game, the charade that you're playing, and you need to tell us the truth. You need to give us what happened. If what you did was self-defense or there was just a bad mistake, then you need to get it out now, because otherwise you're not going to have that opportunity once we walk out that door. And this statement is going to go into record as your official statement, and guess what? It's going to go to trial, and the jury is going to convict you. This was a horrible, horrible tragedy. And it changed everybody's lives involved, including yours. You don't see that yet, but you need to tell us why it happened.
All I know is the liquor must have had this paper, because I could see it was just the liquor that could make people do something. I never did something.
What did you do?
I've been here for 22 years. What do I start trouble now?
Well, you had run-ins with the law in reference to narcotics use.
Yeah,
drug use.
I was not around.
Listen, stop. What did you do? You need to tell us how it happened, tell us why it happened, and you need to start coming clean right now. That is your only option. Yes, you can.
What else to say? That's all I remember.
No, you do remember it. We know you know. We know that you were in your right mind. You know how many people that you talked to that night that saw you, that you spoke to? It is not a mistake why we are here with you right now.
There's no way y'all can be around me right now. It's because I don't even recognize what I just did. But when y'all telling me, it's like, me, BB, Jean Benasson fait ça, and the way I was raised in to do that, no way, impossible. They're breaking my code. That is breaking my code.
So there's two people that are dead, and their families want to know why. They want answers. And you know, we have to tell them, he drank too much. He drank too much, and he doesn't remember doing it. No.
Yeah, and if I was in their situations,
one day you're going to go ahead.
I know what you're saying.
You know, one day, you know what's going to happen? You're going to have to see their family. You have to see the family, the pain that you caused them in their eyes, and you're not going to have an answer for them. Sorry, I drank too much.
Do you think your mom's proud of you right now? Gene?
She felt good on my code because I would never hurt no one. I was never meant to hurt anything.
Maybe you didn't mean to hurt somebody, but you did, and you need to tell us why it happened. Get it off your chest. Get it out. You don't want that on your conscience.
That's what I'm saying. Is that because every conscience, everything, real personality comes out when you drink something.
Gene, did they attack you? We are here. We are here to help you so you can understand that we can get your story out there. Right now, the story is, I was drunk, I killed 2 people. That's the story. Is that the story you want? No, that's not the story that you want. So what actually? So what's the story? Because you can tell me the drink thing all day long, and look, I can sit there and bullshit you and tell you that I believe that. I'm not. I do the same shit we deal with every single day. You're telling us. Guess what? When I first meet somebody, I know instantaneously, you know what they're going to do to me? They're going to lie to me. Do you know why? Because they want to self-preservation. Because they believe means they're trying to save themselves for their actions. They want to lie and try to be deceitful naturally. So right now you are going to have to pay the price to the who. Are you a religious person?
I'm a Christian.
Who do you believe in? God?
Every religion.
Okay. You have to answer. You have to answer. You can sit here and bullshit me and my buddy here. Don't do that. Stop it. You can bullshit us all you want. Guess what? You're going to answer. And is that how you want to live your life? Or do you want to get it out now and start repenting for what you've done?
I will tell you
sooner the better.
I will give a whole paragraph, a whole sentence if I have to, because I have a daughter and I told her I don't have a job, so I'm working hard for her. So when y'all tell me all this, it's like, what did I do all this for? What did I do all this for? Now they're taking more. Now I'm putting myself more. It's like, why am I doing all this for? I wanted to do something different because she's getting older. And y'all tell me that, like, what can I tell you? It's all I could know.
Right. I know.
My mother, I'm most of the thing I'm not talking to.
Gene, you got a 12-year-old daughter. What's her name?
Mm-hmm.
What's your daughter's name? You said you have a 12-year-old daughter?
I don't say the age.
Did you say, how old is she?
Mm-hmm.
How old is she?
Right now she should be 6, 7.
Okay. What's her name?
Janae.
Janae. Okay. Do you see Janae often?
No, not at all.
Where is she?
She with her mother.
Where's that? In Orlando?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right.
I was trying to show her more image, like, trying to be more in life. It's like everything's falling. I was like, trying to tell me not to be about my daughter's life.
Yeah. Do you teach your daughter values, being a good person.
That's everything my mom taught me.
That's right. Be a stand-up person.
I didn't teach her enough. You know, I'm not there enough.
What do you want to teach your daughter right now? If she was standing, if Janae was right here, if she was right here, would you sit there and would you lie to me? Well, okay.
I always imagine her, she right here too, with my mother right here.
And you're lying. Don't do that. This is an opportunity for you to clear yourself, and answer. So how about we start fresh? We'll give you the floor. We'll let you we'll give you one opportunity to tell us your style. Okay? We'll be fair with you, but you got to be honest. Even if it makes you look bad, I promise you, I'll take care of you. I won't judge you, and we can work through this. You have my word. We'll work through it, no matter what. Just like I teach my children, you make mistakes, you own them, you move on, right? There's some mistakes, you just have to own them and move on. What do we teach our children? That's right. And you want to teach right now is a time. This is a learning moment. I know that it was a mistake, and at the end of the day, I don't know if those people tried to attack you. You know what I mean? Because listen,
It's more sad, though.
It's more sad than that. Talk to me.
It's like y'all hands was made to defend, right? That's the one my goal. Because I was raised by a mother, abusive mother, but I always told myself one thing: I will make sure I keep these hands together. As much as she taught me in my life, I always know how to control myself.
And you were just out of control that night. I know.
That's what I said. It's like,
hey, hey, it's okay. Listen, I told you, we're here to help you. I promise you, I have my word. I am your friend. I'm not here. Drink. Drink, my friend. Drink.
You know that your mom told you to keep yourself in control. You know what? I know that in your mind right now you're thinking that your mom's disappointed in you, but guess what?
Because I lost you. I lost the word. I'm not around my daughter, especially I'm not developing better than my brother. You feel me? Like my old.
People forgive, but you know what that starts with?
Like, I had fear and pain every time. I had to see that every day. Who I grew up with for so long. Even though my brother was never been, I always been, even though she was showing me tough love, I've always been here around her, right there. I'm always there. I'm always by her everywhere. Now she's gone.
Yeah.
There was nothing wrong with her. Nothing was wrong with her from the beginning. And then it's that
You miss her. You miss her.
the house is quiet.
It is.
I see my stepdad's face every time, his head down. And I know she's gone by all the sadness. Still never take her away from me. And one thing so funny, my stepdad had to say, when she was dying in her bed, none of the nurses checked on her. None of them checked on her when she lost her breath. None of them checked on her. He saw her, the day he seen her, the day she stayed laying in the bed the same way. That's the last thing he told me of seeing her. Well, I could say, why? Or do I get this time to see that and to hear that she's been through much more to deserve all of that?
She He fought for a better life for you. Am I right?
She was struck. That's one thing I've always noticed.
Throughout your life, when you were a kid, growing up, okay, she provided for you. She did her best she could. She did. She did the best she could.
She did the best she could. She did almost good, but I want to bring the best for her. They didn't let me bring the best for her at all yet. I'm sure that I'm an awesome son.
You are an awesome son.
Like a great son. You feel me? Like she have her own car. You feel me? All of that.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
I didn't show her none of that, and they took her away. I'm prove I'm a son. I've been there as a child, but I didn't prove that I could lift her from all the troubles. None of that. They broke one of my dreams that I wanted to keep as a promise as a child. Because I was raised out of a father. As a child, my eyes told me one thing. There's a mother, there's a brother, and who's watching over us. So I worked on my skills so I could defend my mother and my brother.
Okay. You defended them.
I didn't do it enough.
You can't control the diseases and the virus like that. You protected your mom. You did what you could. You can't protect her from sickness and illness.
I warned her not to go to the hospital.
I know, but you can't protect them. Like you've trained for this.
I'm trying to train for it.
You trained to protect her and your brother. Am I right? But you've trained. Okay. Guess who you have to train for now? You have to continue that path and do the right thing for your brother and your stepdad. You understand that? Okay. You've been training all these years.
I'm not training the artist, just training on the mindset of.
Well, training them.
Are you a Scorpio?
I am not, but I know you. I think you are, right?
I am.
So here's the thing. Here's what I'm going to tell you. Human beings can only take so much. You have gone through a lot in your life. I can see it right now. You've gone through a lot of loss and a lot of heartache and a lot of tragedy.
After all that, I must just my older. That's what hurt me even more before this journey started. I was a mother next.
You've experienced a lot of loss in your young life so far. And a human being can only take so much before their mind just can't take it anymore. Do you understand what I'm saying? I think that you're going through a lot of tragedy right now. I think you're going through a lot of grief and a lot of loss, and I don't think you just knew how to really cope with it. I think that combined with the drinking and everything else, I think you got a little bit. I think you got a little bit out of control that night. I think something bad happened. The only way that you can fix that now, you need to be honest with yourself, and you need to be honest with us. Okay? Rid yourself of that burden. Don't let yourself dishonor your legacy like that. Do you understand? Get it out.
Gene, I can see it in you. That you are a good person. You are a good man. You're an honest man. Gene, I can tell that you want to tell us what
I
happened.
just showed me 2 pictures.
Gene, I can see it in you that you want to tell us.
Showed me 2 pictures.
Hey, that's okay. That's okay. Listen. Everything starts. These moments do not define who we are. This does not define who you
You
are.
want to know what I did? It gonna change my mindset. Like,
Don't you want your family to know exactly how this all happened? Don't you want their family?
That's the problem. I don't know what happened, but me having knows what I've done. That's gonna drive me more crazy.
So let's do this then. If you're saying that you for some reason you can't remember that part, right? So let's remember the parts you can remember. You remember that you went to Daytona.
Mm-hmm.
So when you went to Daytona, you remember that you went there to kind of take a mini vacation, mini stay, right? You remember that you didn't stay there. You also remember that you took a bus over there, right? So originally you told us that your you and your friends went there, right? But you lied to me, did you not?
No, I was on Sunday.
Did you went on a bus, right?
No, I went to the beach on a Saturday. No, on Friday.
I know what day you came in.
And then the rest said they picked me up. She just said, let's go to the beach. I said, okay.
But you were in Daytona.
Yeah. That's why we stayed more longer in Daytona. And then we came
What day did you stay in Daytona then with her?
on Sunday.
You stayed Sunday.
Yeah. Sunday.
So when you came into Daytona on Saturday, you came in Saturday, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hold on.
So
Can't do it till Friday.
okay. And you didn't stay anywhere for 2 days?
Oh no. Saturday.
Okay.
Just one day catch the bus.
Yeah. Did you go? So at that point, where did you catch the bus from here?
Mm-hmm.
Did you catch the bus here? Did you go to the Greyhound station?
Mm-hmm.
Where'd you go to?
Megabus.
Megabus. Okay. And they drove you over there.
Yeah.
Okay. What did you have? What did you have on you when you went there?
Exactly what you showed me. But
Tell me what you had. Tell me what you had. You had shoes on?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You should know this because you weren't drinking at this time. We know that. So you're fine. You remember this. What color pants?
White.
Okay. What kind of shoes did you have on?
I had sandals at first.
And what did you change into?
Shoes.
What kind of shoes?
I had shoes in my bag.
What kind of shoes?
Just for the beach. The beach gonna be heavy.
Right.
So I wanted to do some workout too.
Okay.
What I was doing there.
What kind of shoes did you change into?
Some boots.
Okay. What color were the boots?
Exactly the picture you showed me.
What kind were they? What brand? Were they Skechers? Nikes? Adidas?
No, Timberlands.
They were Timberlands. So you were wearing Timberlands with white pants. Okay. What kind of shirt were you wearing?
Don't know exactly.
There's only couple days. So, what kind of shirt were you wearing? What kind of shirt?
Just a shirt. I had a shirt.
You had a shirt. What color was it?
It was white.
You had a white shirt on? Was it a tank top like this? Okay. Do you, what else? Did you have any jewelry on? Earrings? Watches? Didn't have any of that on? Did you have a hat on?
Yeah, because I was like,
Okay. What kind of hat did you have?
that hat you just showed me. You just showed me pictures.
Is that considered a cowboy hat?
Huh?
Is that a cowboy hat? Or is that like a fisherman's hat? Cowboy. Okay.
When I woke up, I had a red hat.
A red hat.
Okay. So did you have a wallet? Okay. Where was your knife at? Mm-hmm. Which pocket was it in?
And then it was in my pocket.
Okay. Where do you carry your knife at?
And I have one.
Did you have a knife when you came to Daytona?
Yeah, a knife.
Mm-hmm.
And I have some metal chain.
No.
Yeah. Your brother told us about your knife.
Yeah, my best knife. My machete was the best knife.
No, your knife that you carry with you.
Like, carry.
Yeah.
I'm never carrying.
Okay.
You know what? Here's what I think. I think you're just going to dig yourself into your own grave.
You said,
No, keep talking.
my brother's back here at night.
We talked to your brother.
Yeah.
And your dad. They're very honest people.
Mm.
They told us a lot about you.
Mm.
We know a lot about you already, too. Especially what you did while you were in our city.
Mm.
And what you're doing right now is you have no idea what kind of consequences you're bringing upon yourself by telling us what you're telling us. All these lies that you're telling us right now. You are doing this to yourself.
You refresh my memory about the picture you showed me.
Right.
So I mean, I will refresh my memory.
So when you wake up, where did it all go? You were in your underwear?
That's that.
So you were in your underwear and you woke up?
No.
You were in different clothes?
Yeah, that's what I said. I woke up with different clothes on.
You don't know where you got the clothes from?
Hmm?
Huh?
By the time she came to the beach, I was switched to shorts. I had clothes in my bag.
You had clothes in your bag. All right. So here's the deal. We're about to walk out of this room, and guess what's going to happen? Your opportunity to tell us the truth and to help yourself out is going to walk out the door after us. And then guess what's going to happen? It's going to show you being dishonest and lying this entire time. And then you're not going to be able to help yourself out. You're going to be stuck.
Well, how am I dishonest?
Because I know you know what happened. I know that you were sober, and I know you know what you did. But you want to sit here and you want to lie to us. So guess what? Roll the dice. Take your chances with a jury trial, and guess what's going to happen? They're going to convict you, and then guess what's going to happen? This is a death penalty state. You understand that? What's it going to look like when you chose two random people and you murdered them, and you don't have any explanation why? Guess what happened, pal? You saying you got drunk and not remembering, that's not going to fly. That's not what happens when you get drunk. You don't just all of a sudden want to kill people.
I don't know what else to say. Tell you.
Tell us the truth. Now is the time.
I do not know all those things to tell you. That's all I know. Please believe me. That's all I know.
I don't believe you. You've been lying this entire time.
You know,
Physical evidence has already been able to prove that you did it. You know, when we first got there, and you had this whole tactical team that come and take you down, you're not in shock.
No, because
You knew they were coming.
No, because I told you it's previous. Because this is the hood.
Has this ever happened to you before? Have you ever been taken down by a whole team?
No, just like police would pull up out of nowhere. They'll suspect I look like somebody. After I told you that.
Right, but then once you're getting taken into custody and I'm talking to you and everything.
I'm so used to it. It's like because they asked me so much questions back in the day. They asked me so much questions.
All right, my friend.
give me 1 second.
No, well, we're going to step out for a minute, and we're going to come right back in, and we're going to talk to you for a few minutes. All right? I want you to understand something. This is going to be it for you. You understand that? Once we leave this building, this is going to be it for you. You understand? Do you want that to happen? Do you want us to leave without you giving us an explanation?
I don't want y'all to leave at all because that's all I know right now. That's all I know. That's all I know. I'm telling you the truth, man.
Right. You're not telling us the truth. You're not. We're going to give you a few minutes to think about what you're telling us right now. Do you understand?
Yes.
I want you to think about the two people's photo that I showed you. I want you to think about their family, and I want you to think about your family and the decisions you're making and the decisions you've already made. That's what I want you to think about. This is how you want people to see you.
I don't want people to see me. I never want people to see me. I just want to get straight through.
We'll be right back. We'll be back. You think about everything we just talked about.
Believe me, sir.
Huh?
Believe me, Howard.
I don't believe you. And you know what? You need to tell me the truth. And that's the only way you're going to save yourself. Do you understand that? This will be your last chance. I can guarantee you that. And if you lie to me, if I come back in here and you lie to me again, then that's going to be it. And we're going to walk out this door, and then you know what's going to happen from there. Do you understand that? Are you ready to face those consequences? Or are you ready to take responsibility, to take accountability for what you did, and you tell me the truth? That's what I want.
Goodness, Lord. What would I do everything right there in the country that would... What did I do, man? What did I do? Think! What did I do? Can you explain what did I do, bro? What did I do? Fuck, man. Leave someone. What did I do? What did I do? Now they got me more stressing out here, bro. This life just kept dropping more stuff on my lap, man. Stay dropping more stuff on me, like more stuff keep happening on my hands. My hands? Fuck, I should know.
As we head to our next commercial break, we're just getting started. We're an hour into a 3-hour interview. But you're not just getting started. You've been here for an hour. You haven't hit that like button yet. Shame on you. We'll be right back.
Told them a lot of stories. And still what more like, what more do you need, man? Now they got me stressing even more, bro.
All right, man. So listen. You know that now's the time, right? Let's put this all together. Okay? We're going to start at the beginning. I know this sucks. Nobody wants to be here, right? And I know this is difficult. I couldn't even imagine being in your shoes. I couldn't. You know, I've never been there before. But there's certain things that I know. I know you're going through a hard time right now, and I completely empathize with you. Nothing that's going on around you is your fault, and you need to understand that.
People, bro. It's people.
It's people, but you know what? There's a lot of things in your life. So here's the thing.
When I say people, I'm talking about...
You said that all your life you've trained yourself to be under control and keeping your hands together. And I know, I see that. You are a very controlled person. You're calm. You have a very calm, kind demeanor. You know what I mean? Like that's what type of person you are.
I'm not your business. Like, I don't how you feel, how I feel. Like you look at me, so.
I think that you have always been the mediator. You know what I mean? Like you've always been the one to like calm people down a little bit, right? I think that people look up to you in a lot of ways, and they see you as kind of the person to like calm the storm. Was that pretty accurate? Sometimes. Everybody's got their moments, right? So listen, man. I think that we need to walk through this together. We need to figure this out. Okay? I think that's what needs to happen. So we're going to go ahead and walk through this entire day. All right? I want you to tell me, I want you to make sense of this whole thing for me. Not just for myself, but for yourself. Do you understand what I'm saying? I don't think you're a monster. I don't think you're a bad guy. I think you're a good guy. I think you're a good guy. I think you're a good person. And I think you were put in a bad situation. And I think you kind of made a mistake. But I think that you do feel bad for that. And I think you do have remorse for it. Am I right?
Shit.
Here's what I do know. You can't beat yourself up. You cannot let this eat yourself up from the inside out. Because I have a feeling that you kind of dwell on things sometimes, and that's not healthy. You can't do what internalizing things means. It means the bad things go on around you, instead of talking about it and trying to get it out. I think what you do is you keep it inside. You can't do that. You know why? Because eventually you're so calm and you're so collected and everything. You know what happens is all those bad things. It's like you just sit there and you take them and you take them and you take them and you put them inside and you put them inside your chest. And it builds up and it builds up and it builds up, and all of a sudden it blows up. Am I right? Does that happen?
When you shit by crying.
Right. But wouldn't it feel better to like kind of let it out a little bit at a time instead of all at once? Like you would agree that that'd be a little more ideal than, you know what I mean? Like I feel like you have all this stuff inside you that you need to let out. Not just with this, I mean with a lot of stuff, like with just your life in general, right? And maybe you feel like you can't relate to a lot of people sometimes. You know what I mean? There's people that maybe just don't understand you, or you feel like they don't understand you. You know, like when you're a kid, like everybody's kind of the same thing. Everybody's kind of the same person. You know what I mean? Like you're running around, like all you really want to do is you want to go play and you want to go play video games, you want to go shoot hoops, or you want to go do whatever it is that all the kids are kind of into at that time, right? It's easy to make friends. It's easy to have people to talk to and to make sense of what you have going on in your life. When you get older, it's just different. You and I both know that. We're around the same age. How old are you?
33.
I'm 36. You know what I mean? And we come from completely different backgrounds, but you and I are still human beings, and we can relate to each other on that level. You know what I mean? Like when you go off and you get a little older and people start changing, people have their own things. And it sucks, man. Because those people that you were friends with when you were kids, it's like they're different now, you know? Like you got your own stuff going on, they got their own stuff going on, and then what happens? Like life gets tough, it gets complicated. So all those people that you used to know, it's like you feel like you can't talk to them all of a sudden. You know what I mean? Like you start losing those people that you can talk to, that you can rely on. Not all of them. I mean, sometimes like you have those people that you hold on to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I still have people I talked to from years and years ago. I've got a friend of mine, Cody Fitzgerald. This guy is awesome.
That makes up for me.
Does it?
I heard some movies.
I assure you it's not from a movie. Like he's my best friend. I talk to him every week. I call him, we'll talk for an hour, 2 hours at a time, and that's who I've been to, you know what I mean? Have trouble with like my family or trouble on, you know, from my day or whatever the case is. I know that I always have him to go to talk to. Because he's going to understand, like him and I are a lot alike, and that's the type of people you hang on to. And I guess the point I'm trying to make here is like it's difficult when you try to go through your life alone and you don't have those people to relate to and to talk to. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people are just sometimes they're different from other people, and sometimes you try to talk to them maybe a little bit, let a little out, and like they maybe react a certain way, or they judge you, or whatever the case is. You know what I mean? But like those aren't the type of people that you need in your life anyway, right? You need those type of people that understand you, who you are as a person. They don't care. They enjoy it. You click with them. You vibe with them. You know what I mean? That's who you need in your life. That's who I like in my life. You know what I mean? I'm married. My wife is. That's who I talk to. Man, she is a pain in my ass sometimes. I'm gonna tell you that right now. We fight, we bicker, and we get into it. But at the end of the day, like we vibe. You know what I mean? Yeah, absolutely.
All that stuff is fun.
It 100% is. You know. And it's tough when you don't have that. It's easy to like fall into like that darkness. You know what I mean? That cloud that hangs over your head. It's easy.
Yeah, that's all for a long time. I just didn't pay attention to it.
It builds up. When you're paying attention to it and you're actively trying to. So it's like this right here. It's an analogy that I've heard a million times, but I like it. So this is you. You're an empty cup, right? So the things that you have going on in your life. You know what I mean? Like bills do. You put a little bit in the cup. You know what I mean? You get into a car crash or something like that. You put in a little bit, like pour a little bit more into the cup. So that cup starts to fill up. You know how you empty the cup out? You go to the gym. You know what I mean? You talk to people. You go for a walk, things like that. And you pour a little bit of it out. So the cup doesn't overflow, right? Sometimes in your life, it feels like there's a bunch of different people trying to pour a bunch of different stuff in your cup all at once. And it builds up, man. And guess what happens? You don't have time to go and dump some of it out. So it just fills up and up and up. And all of a sudden, guess what happens? It just overflows. You know what I mean? It's difficult. I get it. Believe me, I do. And that darkness, I mean, it builds up quickly. You see what I'm saying? That dark cloud that hangs over your head, like it follows you around a little bit. It's easy to let it overcome you. It is. You know, I have a feeling that your whole life you were doing a pretty decent job of like fighting it away. Sometimes you let it get the better of you. Sometimes you don't. Sometimes you do a better job than others. You know what I mean? I think you're a good person. I think you are a good person. And I think that sometimes you make mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. But it's right now, what we're doing right now in this room that's going to define a lot of things for you. I don't want to see you go down that path. I know you don't. I've seen it too many times. It's time. I know it's the hardest thing in the world. You know how many times that I've been sitting at a similar table to this, and somebody's telling me they're trying to tell me X, Y, and Z. You know, they're trying to tell me all sorts of stuff because they think it's either what I want to hear or they think it's what's going to hide them from the truth. But it's not. It's not what you need to do. It's not what's going to help you out. Because guess what's going to happen? That dark cloud is going to keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. You don't want that. You don't want that because it's going to eat you up inside. That feeling, that tight feeling in your chest, the pain and the boiling in your stomach. You know that feeling, like it overcomes you. It's easy to let it overcome you. You can't let that win. You can't let that darkness win. You said you're a religious man, right? You need to use that. You need to think in your mind, you need to get this darkness. It can't overcome you, but I can guarantee you right now, if you fight it, you will win. You're going to overcome it yourself. The darkness isn't going to overcome you because you're stronger than that. You are going to overcome, and you're going to rise above this situation, and I guarantee you that. I can see it right now, and that's what I want you to do. I want you to rise above this, and I want you to fight this darkness off of you, and I want you to take accountability for what happened. It's nobody's fault. Sometimes things just happen, and I get that. And guess who else sees that? Other people. When you're put into a situation that you maybe not be able to control yourself, or maybe you just make a bad decision, a mistake. Everybody's faced with those kinds of mistakes all the time. Some are worse than others. Nobody likes mistakes.
Like trying to get better.
You can get better. You still can. You need to understand that. There's never a point where you're never going to reach a point where you can't get any better. That's up to you. You need to fight it, and you need to realize that there are people here for you that can help you. They can help you control this darkness. But the first thing is, your first step is admitting that the darkness is there, and you've already done that. You know it's there. All right. The second step is just embracing everything, embracing that things happen for a reason, taking it, owning it. You see what I'm saying? Like, you need to own this. It's nobody else's fault. I don't even really think it's your fault. I don't. No.
That mindset because trials in this situation. I'm just thankful for the family.
If it goes down on your statement, what we've already talked about, all it's going to say is you're dishonest with us, and people are just going to blame you, and then that's going to be it. They're going to close the file, and that'll be it. But you still have a chance of retribution here. Okay? When you own this situation, when you own your actions, when you take responsibility for it, when you take accountability, you give yourself up to the universe, and you admit to yourself, I messed up. You're a human being. You make mistakes. You're allowed to make mistakes. Okay? People understand that. What people don't understand is when you don't take responsibility for it. You're not that person. You're a good person. I can see it right down to your soul that you are a good person. Do you see what I'm saying? And I think you've always been like that, and I think sometimes you're met with extraordinary circumstances that are sometimes you feel like are beyond your control. But right now, what is in your control is don't let that get the better of you. You need to own what's going on right now, and you need to come forward and you just be like, you need to be the big man that I know that you are and say, you know what? I may have made a mistake. I may have made a slight mistake, but you know what? I'm ready. I'm ready to take responsibility for it. I am ready to own it. I'm ready to come forward and give everybody the closure that they need, including yourself. Because right now, I don't think that it's really hit you yet completely, but eventually it's going to. Eventually, you're going to have to go before whoever it is that you believe in. You know you want to go there with a clean conscience. You want to go there with nothing on your mind. Everything is put out there. And you know what? You've made a mistake, and if you repent and if you come forward and you let it all out, you know that's the way this is going to work for you. Not just with this legal crap, with everything, with your life, with your soul. Do you see what I'm saying? Don't let it eat you up. Don't keep it inside. It's locked up right now in your heart. It's burning you up. Right now, you might not feel it yet, but eventually, like days, weeks, months, all of a sudden it's going to hit you. And you're going to wish that you would have just let it all out, because now it's going to sit there and eat at you and eat at you. And it's going to take you to a dark place that you're not going to be able to escape from. And I know you don't want that.
Dark place.
But what happens when you can't crawl out of that dark place? Because it just ate you alive. You know that feeling you get in that dark place, and you feel like it's your whole world's coming down on you? You know that feeling. You've been there too many times. What's going to happen when? And you know how good it feels whenever you get pulled out of it in one way or another? Like you kind of push it away, you fight the dark place a little bit, and you come through it, and it feels good. Like, okay, now I can get back to like my normal swinging things a little bit. It feels great. All right, it's not great, but it's better than it was before. But what's going to happen is, what if you can't crawl out of that? What if you don't take responsibility for this? What if you don't take responsibility for your own actions and repent for it and show people that you're remorseful for it? What's going to happen then? I can tell you what's going to happen. It's going to completely overcome you, and it's going to make you that. You'll never be able to escape that, not in a million years. And that's not who you are, and that's not what you want for yourself. You see, right? You don't want to be there. You don't want to be in that place. I want you and I to work together right now. I am not your enemy. I can assure you of that. I want you and I to work together, and I want us to work through this whole thing. We need to make sense of it, okay? What we've gotten so far, I get it, everybody drinks. I get that. Yeah, people drink. It's not a big deal, all right? When people drink, yeah, sometimes they make mistakes. They fall down some stairs. They punch their buddy. They break some stuff. That's understandable. The next day, like, man, I shouldn't have done that. Not a big deal. What doesn't happen is you get drunk, you black out, and you do something like that. And I know. And people know. The jury would know. The state attorney will know. Your defense, everything. People will understand that. Do you see what I'm saying? So I want you and I to work together, and I want to get your side of this out, and I want to get your side of the story off your chest. Have you talked to anybody about this yet? Have you been able to get this off your chest yet?
My feelings?
about this whole thing? You haven't. How do you feel since then? Like, honestly.
Because I've been that's the problem.
How have you felt since how have you felt since this?
That?
Yeah.
That's the problem. I didn't know. I feel like I got distracted, like something to want me to know.
Listen, man. Let's not do that. Don't do that. Don't do that for yourself. Don't do that for... Everyone has a right to know what happened. You deserve to get this off your chest. You don't have to go down into that dark place. Do you see what I'm saying? Don't let yourself, because right now I feel like I can see it in your eyes right now. You started to climb out of that dark place a little bit just now. I can see it. Then what happened? You got drugged back down into it, right? You need to fight that. You need to fight that urge.
I'm trying to put everything. While you talk to me, I'm just trying to see the whole movie, like how everything's just from where I started.
All right. Well, let me ask you something. So let's start with this. You decide to go down to the beach, go hang out, take a little mini vacation, right? So tell me how you got there. Tell me what day you got there.
I got there. I left like around Saturday. What time did I get there? I think it only takes an hour.
Mm-hmm.
So it must have been Saturday.
Okay, so you got there on Saturday. Do you know about what time you got there?
No, I just wanted to be,
Do you know what time your bus ticket was for?
Okay.
4 in the afternoon or 4 in the morning?
40, like for the cash, like.
No. Well, do you remember what time the bus was for? Like what time the bus left?
No, exactly. Because I just about to ask the bus driver if he was driving back close to the beach.
Mm-hmm.
He said no. So
okay.
That's when half of the time I've been walking to the beach. We got to follow the GPS.
Right.
So I kept walking the whole time to the beach.
Do you remember? So you don't remember where you got dropped off at by the bus?
I was dropped by a plaza.
A plaza? Like was it a bunch of shops and everything like that? Like an outlet kind of thing?
Yeah.
Okay. So you walked from there. So do you remember which way you went or anything, or where you stopped at? Okay.
I was just following GPS.
Gotcha. How were you paying for everything?
Cash.
You had cash? Where'd you get the cash from?
My cash.
No. I mean, like, did you pulled out like an ATM machine or something like that?
No.
You get paid in cash?
No, I paid the bus and the card, but I have no cash.
I see what you're saying. Okay.
Like savings, like.
Yeah, I gotcha. Okay. How do you make your money normally? And again, I'm not concerned with anything else you got going on.
Oh, yes. I was working for an industry, a tip industry, and I got to live it because of the paperwork.
Right.
But now they checked the paperwork. Now it says that I'm in because they checked it over 2013,
right.
2023. So I came in last one.
Okay. Not a big deal. So let's go back to when you got there. So you get dropped off at the shopping center, then you walk down to the beach. What did you bring with you?
Just a Bible bag and me.
The Bible bag and just you? Is that what you said? Oh, a book bag. I'm sorry. I thought you said Bible, your bag. So your book bag. What was in the book bag?
Clothes for the beach. Just
clothes for the beach.
Yeah.
Okay. So what exactly? What do you think? Like, I mean, obviously you're already wearing what, I showed you in the photo. Like you tell me that was you, and like we know it's you. You know what I mean? You said you carried items for your protection. Like we know you had the knife on you. We know that. You know what I mean? We don't want to know where you did what you did with it, because what happens if you got rid of it somewhere and some kid picks it up or something like that and hurts themselves? You know what I mean? Can you tell me what you think you did with it?
I didn't. See, all I have in my book bag was All I have was a breast knuckle.
Just the breast knuckles.
Just for self-defense.
The one with the knife, though.
Yeah, it's so much of it, yeah.
Right. But so the brass knuckles that were in your apartment. Okay. So the brass knuckles. So just what it looked like to me, it had a little knife that came out of the brass knuckles. So one, and you had 2 pairs in your apartment.
No, I only brought one.
No. I know you just brought one, but so you have 2 pairs that were in your apartment. Mm-hmm. So it was one of those that you brought with you?
Yeah.
Okay, I gotcha. All right. Did you have, other than that, did you carry anything else with you?
No.
Okay.
Just focus on the beach.
Gotcha. Okay. All right, fair enough. Okay. So when you got there, you went down to the beach, and do you remember? And again, remember, like we know, like we can tell where you went and everything like that. You know what I mean? Through several different methods. All right. So again, try to fight that urge to try to cover your tracks or do this. You know what I mean? Like just fight it. Just push it out of your head. Now is honesty time. Now is everything up until this point it's all behind us now. We're moving forward from it. Okay. I want us to work together. Like I said, we need to get a good idea of how this all happened, why it happened, everything. Okay? So once you got there, you're hanging out on Saturday, where'd you stop to eat at?
I didn't even I've been drinking.
Right. No, we know that you stopped to eat, but you just...
I don't remember. Yeah, because I don't know where my stomach. I don't know all that walking I did myself. Must have been drinking down there.
So you don't remember where you ate at? It's a long walk. It's a long trip, it's a long walk. I mean, you're going to get hungry, you ate somewhere, right?
Trying to remember that. By the beach.
Okay. Do you remember what you had or what type of food it was or anything?
Yeah, like a fast food.
Okay. What? Do you remember what you ordered? French fries. Yeah, I gotcha. Maybe like a burger or something like that. All right. Do you remember what you had to drink there or anything?
Maybe water, maybe soda.
Soda? Okay. Just a couple of days ago. I mean, it's there's nothing wrong with going to a restaurant, ordering food, and you know what I mean? Like, there's nothing wrong with that, you know? Everything I'm asking you, we already know the answer. There are a lot of things I'm asking you, we already know the answers to. You know what I mean? So it's not a big deal. I'm just trying to...
I've been drinking since I got on the bus, too.
Right.
So, especially the hot stuff.
What were you drinking?
Bubble.
What is that?
It's a Haitian rum. It's powerful.
Haitian rum? Okay. All right. So you get down there to the beach. Do you go eat right away, or did you go to the beach first, and then once you go eat?
I went to eat.
Okay.
I went to the beach.
Gotcha. So you hung out at the beach for a little while, and then that night, we're out walking around. Tell me where you went from there.
I remember the booming something must have been motorcycle.
The motorcycles? So you went down there and hung out and checked out the motorcycles and everything. I mean, it's nice. It's bike week, bunch of motorcycles rolling around, everything like that. Like, it's a huge event. It's one of the biggest motorcycle rallies in the world.
I love choppers.
Do you? You ever ridden a bike before?
No? I'm scared. I gotta try it. I want to.
You gotta go take the course. Go get your motorcycle license.
I love to. Otherwise, just
What kind of bikes do you like? You like choppers? Do you like sport bikes or anything?
Choppers.
Choppers.
Rigid.
Oh yeah.
You watch the movie Cobra?
Oh, yeah. With Sylvester Stallone?
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite movies. One of my favorite movies. You know that big knife he's got with the bad guy's got with the spikes on the knuckles? The bad guy.
The bad guy.
Yeah. And then Cobra, he had that, what was it? Those silver guns that he had at the beginning. Yeah, it's a great movie. Yeah. In the car, when he wrecked that car, man, oh my God. Do you remember that part? He's got that old classic Plymouth car, the black car that he had.
I know the black one.
Yeah, and he wrecks it. That's my thing is cars. And he wrecks that car. I'm like, it was heartbreaking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My God. All right. You got me all amped up there for a second. I'm sorry. All right. Yeah, Cobra. So, absolutely. Like, those bikes are, it's a lot of fun. You go down there and you check them out. Like, there's tons of bikes down there. Like, the people, you know what I mean? Like, it's like a big fair. You know what I mean? There's people everywhere. There's food. There's, you know, music going on. Like, it's great. You know? So you go down there and you check out the bikes and everything. Like, do you remember what time that was? Was it dark out?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So you're out there checking the bikes and everything, and then where'd you go from there? How long did you stay on there, you think?
And before I did the bike before I went to the bike, I missed my bus.
You were supposed to go home at that point? Okay. Were you going to take the same bus? Were you going to take a different bus? Or?
Same bus.
Same bus. Okay. Do you remember what time they were supposed to pick you up at? Okay. No worries. All right. So was it already dark by the time you got down there when you already got down there to look at the bikes? Or was it getting dark when you were walking down there? Or was it dark by the time you left the restaurant?
No, it was dark by the time I got out the beach and stuff.
Oh, so by the time you already got there, it was dark. So then you ate, and it was already dark, and then you went down to Main Street.
Got distracted.
Right. Oh, yeah, the water, the women walking around, and... No?
No, that was just my drink.
Yeah. Hanging out and everything. You're just kind of meditating, you know what I mean? Like, you're just talking to yourself in your own mind, and you're just kind of checking out the scenery and the ocean and everything. It's a spiritual experience, you know what I mean? There's my wife's the same way. Like, she loves the beach. Like, if she can go to the beach every single day, she would. You know what I mean? Going down there. Like me, it's like I get all sandy and everything. I'm like, I like it. You know what I mean? We still go down there. It's my wife. You got to make her happy, right? Happy wife, happy life. You heard that before?
Yeah.
It's absolutely true.
I think I heard that before. It just sounds very familiar.
Happy wife, happy life. It's true, right?
That's just a nice quote.
It is a nice quote. It rhymes. It makes sense. I agree. So, all right. So you're just kind of vibing. You're just kind of enjoying the beach and everything. You check out the bikes. Where'd you go from there?
No. And I kept drinking the whole time, half the way, like walking, drinking.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is, like, so after you checked out the bikes, where'd you go after that?
That's what I said, just walking, drinking.
Just walking and drinking?
Like I was, started looking for more, like, bikes, like, if they have more shit, like. Yeah.
So you left the bikes, then maybe went down and checked out some other place, because Daytona, there's a lot of stuff to see. So do you remember, like, what road you took or anything after that, or no?
Everything was just, I guess that's when it hit me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean...
all that walking, I think, yeah.
Right. Do you remember... Do you remember so you leave the bikes? So you leave the bikes and you're just kind of walking around, you're hanging out, checking out Daytona, bunch of bars and restaurants and everything everywhere. Like there's a ton of stuff to do. You know what I mean? So when you're just up there walking around, like who are you talking to? Who are you interacting with? Well, I mean, you talk to a bunch of people, and we know you talk to a bunch of people. Again, there's no harm in that.
I know, I didn't talk to them. Like, how about, like, actually, I didn't talk to them. I was just looking instead. Just like going to the beach, I was just walking around. Mm-hmm. It's just by the time I missed the bus, I'm like, I should have a motorcycle. I said, let me detour.
Yeah.
And that was it.
Right.
But I kept drinking. Mm-hmm. The whole half of the hour just, and I told you that liquid power, so I just took my time because I drink all base soda type of quality, and that one was just,
right.
I had to take it slow.
Mm-hmm.
But
I got you.
I was fatigued and everything.
Okay. All right. So you're walking around and you're starting to feel a little bit. Obviously, it doesn't hit you all at once. I mean, that's not the way it works. I mean, I've drank before.
What's going on in my head too. So.
Right. And that probably played a pretty big factor in what was going on. Am I right?
I ignore everything. Like I'm trying to have everything like go to the detour too. You know, just
Yeah.
comfort.
Mm-hmm.
You just losing buzz, this and that. I'm like, I don't get comfort.
Mm-hmm.
I just kept being there.
What do you mean?
Like so, like being there.
Like just in your mind, like
You know, like something was like want me to be there.
Yeah.
And now it's just black. It's like you feel like you somewhere, but something like don't want you to leave.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I felt like at first.
Someone's like pulling you there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But I don't know why. Listen to myself. I should just stay back and be here.
You can't sit in here and say you should have done this, you should have done that.
I don't know what I said out. I don't know what I said out.
You can't though, right?
Yeah. I don't know what I said. But it's just something that's the way I cope with it.
No, you can't just pass it off like that. I mean, yeah, you're saying you shouldn't say it out loud, but that's the start of it right there. You should say it out loud. You need to say these things out loud. You know what I mean?
So I should have like listened to myself to like whatever was pulling me.
Yeah.
Because I could have like something to like I wanted to leave the bike, but something was pulling me.
Mm-hmm.
But I kept going drinking, just kept going. But I don't know why.
Yeah.
And that was it. And I just lost.
I know you did. I know you did. And you know what happened? It's understandable. It is understandable. Do you see what I'm saying? That felt good to get it out. You did just lose a little bit, but you know what?
No, but you can't say that, man. The people, man.
What people?
Those people you just told me. Come on now, it's like, it's understandable. It's like, it's people, bro. It's like,
Gene.
cool. So I think about on my rules.
Don't do that. Don't blame yourself. You are not a bad person. Okay? You're not a bad person, and you need to stop. You need to stop blaming yourself like that.
Who was that?
You need to let it go you need to let that off your chest. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. You have a lot of stuff going on in your life. And it built up, and it built up.
Every year, I had creation of culture. Not every year. It's like we clean the house.
Yeah.
And the parents make soup. So when the year came, it's like I missed out once. Those won't make me cry. Those won't make me myself down.
You let it out. You let go of that. You need to get it out. I'm not talking about the words even. I'm talking about those feelings. You need to get it out of you. You are talking about that darkness and that unseen force pulling you and pulling you. Do you know why that happens? It's because you don't let things out.
To vent to. If I wanted to vent to my baby mama, I couldn't. She would be perfect. But I couldn't because she had her own problem too. She just lost her grandma and auntie from Corona. So I couldn't even vent to her about my situation. She was perfect for me to calm. She was busy. She lost her auntie. It's like more than like, I couldn't find no comfort. I couldn't talk to my own brother because he's in his emotion. I don't want to talk to him, bring more sadness and make more sadness. Like, I don't want sadness. I want to be smiling. I'm very special. Now I've been changing lately. It's just been just no chance to get all that minutes. I told myself, ever since I came down, I told myself, I can never imagine she called. That's the problem. I told myself I can never imagine it. Even she yelled at me, beat me, I can never imagine it. Even when I said it one time, I go to the room and slap myself. I can never imagine that. She imagines that I'm going to look at the casket. I got to attach to my mother because I felt like sadness. They took her away from my car. They said that she didn't have nothing. She was fine. All she had was little problems there was not because of that, because no way. Because I know no way. All I have now is not me and my brother. I was saying that I came back and met my brother and my mother. That's the only thing. I doesn't matter if I have cousins. I don't care about them. It's who I came. You know what I'm saying? You come in the club with it. You feel me? You watch over whoever you came up with.
Yeah.
That's my core. I came with them, so I was suspecting. You feel me? And now I lose somebody close to me from something that. And then watch her die. Then watch her die. And inform my father. He had to come to that room and find out she died. He didn't even have to tell me. That's a shame. He didn't even tell me. I had to hear over the phone. I came in the house and I heard he talked about it. That's how she died. The boy told me how she died. All I heard is corona. And I heard that this is Larry there. I said, what's wrong with this world? Life don't want me to smile that much. I always I keep my smile to myself. If I try to be happy, everybody doesn't want me to be happy. I was ever going to stay in the cave, just work this original. I told myself to that every challenge tree. I couldn't. I lost a situation happening. I couldn't. I felt I was disappointed. I was disappointed too and tell my sister that I told her over the phone that I was going to see her. And a few weeks since she passed away. I broke a promise that I told her I was going to see her.
You can't blame yourself for a lot of these things. There are certain things that happen in your life that are not your fault.
It's not like fault.
No.
Fault is like that's my mindset. I followed those. I was never raised by the father. So my idol was idols. Dragon Ball Z, idols. These are my fathers. And now my father teach me. My stepfather couldn't teach me as a child. I grew my own self. My mother taught me the culture of her culture, what it means to survive, to understand, be a man. I have learned that from just watching the world.
You told me, you just said that the world doesn't want you to be happy. You want
So it feels like yeah, how everything's going. Because I'd be happy a little bit. I know it. It's like more like what more do they want?
You need to know something though. There's a lot of the world is a hard, rough place, and you know that. It's not the world that doesn't want you to be happy. A lot of things happen to a lot of different people. You've had a lot of horrible, horrible things happen to you. It's not the world doesn't want you to be happy. You're not letting yourself be happy. Do you see what I'm saying?
That's why I took the other step back. You feel me?
Yeah.
I did the happiness, and I seen all that what was keep every time I take that step, I see what's coming with it. So I said, let me step away.
The more you step away, though, the more you're going to let the world take your happiness away from you. You understand what I'm saying? You can't do that. You can't allow, listen, it's not about what happens to you that defines who you are as a person. It's how you react to that, right?
Of course.
I just made that up. Because that's what it is. Because you see what I'm saying?
You know, said that word before.
I promise you. You can't let what happens to you.
Star Wars.
Star Wars? That's not Star Wars, I assure you. That's Colin Howell. I'm telling you right now. There are, you know how many times, so I've had bad things happen to me, you've had bad things happen to you. Who you are as a person is defined by how you react to them, what you do in response to them. You see what I'm saying? Say somebody runs into you in the club, say you're out with your buddies or something like that, somebody bumps into you, and what do? You turn around and you hit them, and you hit them, and you hit them. That's you letting yourself define yourself because of something that has happened. You see what I'm saying? You're defining who you are in that moment. But everybody around you, all they see is you're hitting this person. But guess what? Same situation happens. Walk to the club. He bumps into you. He turns around. He gets in your face. And you're like, you know what? Have a good night. Or, hey, like, you know what? That's my fault. Let me get you a drink. You see what I'm saying? Now you're letting that define who you are as a person. You make these decisions. Just like you're allowing yourself not to be happy. You're not letting yourself be happy. You have to rise above that, and you have to realize that, yes, there's some horrible things that happen to you, and it's going to continue to happen to you. You can't stop that. You can't stop these bad things from happening to you. Do you understand what I'm saying? You need to understand that you don't have control of these things. And yeah, it's okay to grieve. It's okay to feel bad. It's just human nature. Do you see what I'm saying? It's perfectly okay to feel bad and to be upset about things. That's why we grieve. That's why we cry. That's why we punch the wall. That's why we do a lot of these things, right? You have to. It's part of the process. You let it out. You continue to let it out. You go to the gym, you work out. You go home, you cry, you think about the happy times you have, you laugh, you smile, you look at photos. You know, you take something that belongs to them and like you hold up to your face and you smell it. And you let those good memories come back to you. You see what I'm saying? And that's how you allow yourself to be happy. It's an awful thing. You're never going to be able to change certain things to bring certain people back. Do you see what I'm saying? But it's you that ultimately has control over your happiness. You can't let people take that away from you. You can't let the world take that away from you. Do you see what I'm saying? Don't put it inside yourself. You can't do that. You can't do that to yourself. Because I guarantee you that's why it's in your mind right now you're thinking to yourself, that's just the way your mind is wired. See what I'm saying? If that makes sense to you. And it's all your life you've probably been doing certain things a certain way. You know what I mean? It's just the way you're naturally going to do it. Like, if I push you, you push me back, because that's how, I'm not saying this would happen, but I'm saying that's how you're wired, your brain's wired. Like, somebody's attacking me, I need to push them, I need to attack them back, or get them away from me. Same thing. If I threw a ball to you, you're going to catch it because that's how your brain's wired. Do you see what I'm saying? It's about rewiring your brain in order to break those chains, to break that cycle. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Like, bad things are going to happen to you. You need to rewire your brain in order to react a different way. It's okay to be upset. It is. But when that darkness pulls you down and you let that control you, that's what makes you not be happy. That's what makes you have these negative thoughts. You know what I mean? You can't let yourself go down that path, because you're never going to be able, eventually, you're never going to be able to pull yourself out of it. It becomes who you are as a person, and you don't want that to happen to you. Your life isn't over. It's not. It's not over. You control the outcome of this. Rewire your brain into not reacting by trying to defend yourself, like distance yourself from the situation, or, oh, I don't know this, or I don't know that. You need to reset that in your mind and realize that that's not what you need to do for yourself, for your soul. Otherwise, it's going to continue. It's going to be a habit. It's become a pattern. And eventually it's just become who you are as a person. It's going to become your personality. And then what's going to happen is that's going to be how you define yourself. Do you see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Fight that urge. Reset your mind. Don't let yourself fall victim of that pattern and go down that path, because it's not one that you want to go down. Right now, you have a choice. Everybody has a choice. You're going to have a long road ahead of you. It's going to be a fight. It will. It's going to be you're going to have a rough time. You've got a lot of hard times in front of you. But what's going to happen? It's up to you to define who you are as a person and what you do in that situation. You control the outcome of this. Do you understand that? There's certain things you're not going to have any control over. But right now, this situation, the way it goes, it can go one of several different ways. And it's up to you to control that, to control the outcome of it. Right now, you're not doing a very good job of doing that. Right now, you're doing what your mind is telling you what you think you should do. Do you see what I'm saying?
I think. I'm just listening to you. You said something.
You feel better a little bit, right? Just a little bit?
Instead of our last commercial break, I just want to take a quick second to thank everybody who's been here for me and for my wife. We really appreciate it. You're deep into this video. I can't thank you enough. And so glad to have you guys as part of this community. I know I'm kind of awkward. You know, I'm kind of a polarizing figure. You love me or hate me. And some of you really seem to like me. And I appreciate that. It's pretty cool. I like you guys too. It's nice to see you guys here every week. And I just want to thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Back to the video.
Take that for what it is, man. I'm not here to harm you. I'm not here to hurt you. A lot of people they resist so much, man. They just, like, we get into this room, and the person sitting on the other side, like, they're looking at me like, this is what they do when they're first, like, this, I feel like this is how they're looking at me, like this, like, yeah, right. You're here to help me. Like, no. People think that. Like, this guy is not trying to help me. All he's trying to do is hem me up, throw me away. That's not what I'm trying to do for you, okay? My job is to find facts, to go search for the evidence, to go search for the facts. That's my job. When I get assigned to a case, it's my job to find out the details of what happened. You see what I'm saying? That's all. We're all done with that. Now, what you need to realize is now I'm actively trying to help you out here. Okay, I'm trying my hardest to help you out, to bring you out of that corner, to bring you out, and to give you your opportunity to tell us what happened, to tell yourself, because I guarantee you haven't talked about this. I guarantee you haven't. Maybe you started to a little bit, but I guarantee you nobody's going to understand what you're going through better than me in this situation. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I haven't.
Huh? Because I've been there before. I've done it. I've talked to people that that's what I do, man. This is my thing. This is what I do. This is my whole job. Why do you think that I'm saying so many things that make sense to you right now? Because I'm seeing right now this situation. I've seen it so many times, and it always starts the same way. You know, the people that get the worst end of it are the people that, like, nope, don't want to talk to you, leave me alone, go, no. Because what's going to happen is, like, they just look like very aggressive people. They look like very closed off people. Like, people see that. The judge sees that. People in law enforcement and criminal justice and, like, you know what I mean? Like, you and I are no different from each other. Just because you're sitting on one side of the table and I'm sitting on this side of the table does not make us any different. We're two human beings having a conversation right now. We come from different backgrounds, different experiences, right? Different families, different, values. But I can tell you this right now. I feel like you and I talk, you saying you have a code. I've got a code. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I feel like you and I, like, we're on that level. Like, I sit across from you right now, and, like, we're two totally different people. But the things you're saying, it's like, this makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel if it weren't for this situation, it's like, on some level, I feel like if we were, like, maybe went to school together, like, you and I would be, like, buddies. We'd crack a beer together somewhere. You see what I'm saying? I feel like that. I feel like you and I are just, like, we're kindred spirits. You ever heard that term before? We're just there. As corny as that sounds, I mean it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're just, like, I feel like I understand you a little bit. I feel like you understand me a little bit. And I know that I know you can hear what I'm saying to you right now. I'm not trying to make your life worse than it is. I'm not trying to make this situation worse than it is. I'm trying to give you that hand. I feel like you've been kicked around. I feel like you're on the ground, and I'm trying to extend my hand to help you up and to help yourself. Do you see what I mean? So here's the deal. I know I've already told you this, but I'm going to tell you this again, okay? The way this works is we gather the facts. We gather the facts of the incident. We talk to people. We talk to everybody who was involved, everybody that saw anything. We gather physical evidence. And then we talk to you. We talk to everybody that's associated with the whole thing. See what I mean? So what I'm saying is this. I'm kind of stumbling over this a little bit, but when we're talking to you, we're giving you that opportunity to paint a good picture of what happened. So when the jury or whoever's looking at this case, they take a look at it and like, you know what, he was scared, he was nervous, he was whatever the case is, and they're going to see like, okay, like it's understandable. People understand. Like you get backed into a corner, and it's your instinct. Like, this is the common thing that when I'm talking to somebody, this is the common thing that happens. The common thing that they say, like either I don't remember, that wasn't me. Oh, I was drunk. Oh, I was high. Oh, I wasn't there. Something along those lines. It's always one of those things.
I looked at you because I watch Law and Order.
Do you?
Yeah. So when that's the reason why when you're out there, I watch Law and Order. So it's like I already know how you feel in your position. That
right.
So I'm saying that's all because I know how you feeling.
Yeah.
You feel me? I kept looking like that's all I know because that's all I know. Yeah. Because I know you heard it a lot. It's a big one.
Right. So I'll tell you this. So, getting back to it, I mean, so obviously, like, you've already admitted that you weren't exactly completely honest at first, and I get that. Not a big deal. It's behind us now, right? Like, we're pushing that behind us. We're past it. Forgive and forget, all right? Now we're going to get back to it. I'm going to give you and I a chance to work together, and we're going to put this on the paper. We're going to give it a timeline of everything that happens. You're going to tell me how it all happened. You're going to tell me what was going through your mind. We're going to talk about all that. Okay? So that way, what you're saying is an accurate statement is going to go on to record.
You said it was on my mind. Nothing was on my mind.
Nothing was on your mind?
I was walking. I was fatigued.
You were just tired. You were walking around.
Yeah,
so
it's like easy, like as I say, everything was like. It's like everything got me to my weakest. If you can stop my walking, like I was ready. It was a trap.
It was a trap.
This is the way it's coming out.
It was a mistake. It was. We both know it was a mistake. Remember what I said, you control the outcome of this.
See myself on the lowest.
Let me ask you a question. How have you been sleeping since it happened? Is it affecting you? Like, are you sleeping? Are you losing sleep? Is it affecting you at all?
I never came to mind. That's what I'm saying. All I can remember is 5 minutes of the night, just night.
Right. So let's get back to this. So you're walking around and you're fatigued. You're tired. You're emotionally tired.
Yeah, especially listening to the music.
Yeah.
Yeah, because then the fan was still going.
Right. So you're just vibing, you're listening to music, you're kind of in your feelings a little bit, and you're in your mind. You're just out walking around, and like you said, like you lost control. You know what I mean? You lost control, and you didn't mean for what happened to happen. I know you didn't. I know you didn't. You're letting it out a little piece at a time, and I can see it. I can see it on your face. Of course you were.
Journey from
You know, let it all go, man. It wasn't.
I know for the type of tone, like from the Drake, from walking, from this, like everything was still brand. Like I know I did this before, like walking without distance.
Right. It's a long night. It's a long day. You've had a stressful last few months. It's a stressful day. Traveling's stressful. Traveling in a bus, you're walking around, it's hot out. You know what I mean? Like it's a lot to handle all at once. And there's no question of why it all happened or what brought you to that boiling point. I get it. It's understandable. A lot of people lose control. Everybody loses control every once in a while. You see what I'm saying? It happens. It's human nature. You ever study like psychology or anything like that? Crime shows, and you said do you like Law and Order and stuff like that? I'm gonna tell you this: everything happens for a reason, and I'm not talking about like the big picture, philosophical kind of thing. I mean, like everything happens for a reason. Like you wake up in the morning for a reason. You make conscious decisions. You make unconscious decisions. You know what I mean? You go to the gym and you select a song. It's probably for a reason. You know what I mean? You park at a certain spot. You pick a certain thing to eat for dinner that night. Everything happens for a reason, whether you're making that conscious decision, whether you know it or not, all right? Sometimes we make decisions in our mind. Sometimes we don't have control over this. Sometimes you do something that just happens. Sometimes you lose control, and then afterwards, like, you don't even realize it, and you're walking away from it, and it doesn't hit you at first, and all of a sudden, it sinks in, and it's like, it just comes to you, it just hits you, you know what I mean? And all of a sudden, you just realize, like, I just made a mistake, and then your mind starts going, and automatically that defense mechanism kicks in, and your mind, because it's wired to right now, starts to turn, like, what do I need to do? What do I need to do? What do I need to do? And you start to make these conscious decisions and unconscious decisions. You see what I'm saying? And it's hard to rewire your brain. It's hard to reset it, but you have to, because it's human nature to do certain things, to make decisions, to make unconscious decisions. It's going to happen.
Yeah, that's why I did that. Daytona, I wanted to do something
right,
totally different.
You made a decision to go to Daytona because you want to do something different, to experience something.
Especially to go somewhere far.
Yeah, of course. Why not? Because you're in the middle of the state. Daytona Beach, everybody goes to Daytona Beach. It's fun. You know what I mean? It's a great place. It's sunny. You got the beach. You got food. We got bike week. You know what I mean? Like, we have bars and restaurants. We got everything there. You know what I mean? And I think that you made a good decision by going there. I think you made a good decision to hang out, have some food, have a little bit to drink, because that's what people do. You know what I mean? That's what people do. They go and sit down at restaurants to have a good time. They enjoy themselves. You go on these little vacations.
And much more older, I told myself a certain parts of the thing I would not do.
I know that. I know you wouldn't do stuff like. I know that you wouldn't conscientiously make these decisions. You know what I mean? I know that. Sometimes we lose control. Sometimes things happen that are outside of our control because we have too much. Darth Vader? It kind of looks like Darth Vader a little bit. Then I got this one here. I told you, man, I'm a tattoo guy. That's my thing. Everyone always asks me if I'm a Scorpio because they see the scorpion and they ask if I'm a Scorpio. I'm a Leo. But I just like scorpions. Everyone, a lot of people, like, they get tattoos because they think that they want them to be meaningful, and I'm like,
I was there for 2 hours. You been in the military?
Oh yeah, yeah, man. I got the scorpion because, I walked in there and the people were like, what's the meaning behind that? Like, I don't know. I just thought it looked cool. You know what I mean? I wanted it. I wanted to put it on me. I thought it looked cool. So that's why I got it. So I've never been the meaningful tattoo guy. It's just not my, some of them are, but some of them are just like, I just like it. You know what I mean? I made that decision. You know what I mean? Everybody has that breaking point, man. Everybody does. You know what I mean? Like, there's certain times where, like, your mind just has too much to handle. It's not your fault. You can't blame yourself for it. It's important that you know that. You don't put blame onto yourself. You acknowledge that you make mistakes and that you need to do what you need to do to fix them. Right now, I think you're on your way to fixing these mistakes. I do. Your life's not over. It's not over. I think you were put in some very bad situations. I think that you made... I shouldn't even say you made a bad choice because I don't think it was your choice. I think that something just happened and boom, and then that was it. And then maybe you didn't realize as you're doing it, but then afterwards you're like, this was a really horrible thing. And then you started to panic a little bit. And which brings us here. You know what I mean? It's not your fault. It's not your fault. You need to know that. I think that you've been neglecting this for a long time, and I think that it finally came out to the point where, like you said the words. You lost control. You lost control.
Yeah.
And it breaks my heart to see you like this because I know you're a good person. And you're blaming yourself and you're internalizing everything right now, but it's not your fault. You need to understand that. You don't blame yourself. What you do need to do, you do need to take accountability for it. It's your actions, and you need to understand something. Only you can control what happens from here. Do you see what I'm saying? Don't get yourself all twisted up and say, oh, I did it because of this, or I don't know, or this, or that. Like, that is not what's going to help you out. That's not what's going to help you out in this situation, emotionally, mentally. That's not going to help you. When you clear your conscience, that is what's going to help you. You see what I'm saying? It's like this. You go through your life doing things a certain way, time and time and time again. You know what I mean? You get the same results every single time you do it. And when you do those things, this is giving me a quote. I'm a big quote guy. This one I didn't make up myself, but so though I want to say it was Albert Einstein said this, and they said, the definition of crazy is doing the same thing or doing certain things in the same way every single time, but expecting different results. You know what I mean? It's like you doing something and you keep failing at it over and over and over again because you're doing it the exact same way. You know what I mean? But you're expecting it to work this time. Like, no, it's not going to happen. You need to change it up a little bit. That's what I'm saying. Like, in your mind, like you're wired right now to do things the same way, but it's not going to work. So you need to reset that. You need to look at it from a different angle. When I say your life isn't over, I truly mean that. Because I think that this is going to be tough. It is tough. To admit to something like this it's probably the most difficult thing in the world. You know what I mean? I just sat across the room from somebody like this in this exact same situation probably 3 weeks ago. And you know what he told me? Same exact thing we're going through right now is he's like, oh no, making these lies and like just, trying to give me a version of the story and like a little bit of truth comes out and a little bit more. He said the same, as a matter of fact, he said the same thing. I was drunk or I was high. He said he was high, as a matter of fact, because he felt like that's what he needed to do. Because he felt like, maybe that's okay if I don't remember that happened. Well, just because you're saying you don't remember what happened doesn't change it. It already happened. There's nothing we can do to change that. We can't go back in the future. We can't go back in the past and change the situation. We can't change that. But what you can do right now is focus on where you're at right now in the present. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. You know what I mean? It sucks. It does. Nobody wants to be in this room. Nobody wants to be in that position. But I can guarantee you this. you're right now, I can see it. You're starting to try to look past all this and starting to come out a little bit, and you're starting to realize that what's best for you. You see what I'm saying? He did. Eventually, it took him hours, and finally, you know what? He's like, you know what he said to me? He's like, I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you what happened. This were almost exact words, like, you know I'm going to tell you what happened. Just give me a minute. It's hard. And he sat there, and I'm like, I'm going to give you all the time you need, man. And he sat, and he's like, I'm going to tell you. He kept saying it over. He's like, I'm going to tell you what happened, but just give me a minute because this is very difficult. And I acknowledge, I understand. Nobody wants to admit to something like this. Nobody does. You see what I'm saying? But we're beyond that. And you need to understand that it's not explaining it away. It's getting it out there, getting the truth out there. Excuse me. And that's what's going to help you out. And ultimately, that's what's going to save yourself on several levels. You know what I'm saying? I can tell right now that you understand what I'm saying, and I think it's starting to like resonate with you a little bit, and you're starting to really put it in your mind. You know, I think the wheels are turning. So I think you're right about to start making some good choices. I can see it. You're not letting your emotions dictate your actions or what you're saying or anything else. Now you're starting to think about it, and I think you're really starting to understand, like, okay, you know what? Enough's enough. You need to allow me to understand why this all happened. We need to work together. We need a good, accurate statement so we can give this to the state attorney, so we can put this on paper. Because once you and I finally get past all this other nonsense that we always go through, finally we're going to reach that point where you and I can finally put this all down and get an accurate idea of everything that's going on. That way you can move forward, you can get this off of your chest and get it out of your mind, and you can start the process to, you know what I mean, like to get it out. It's that process. It's the whole thing. You're stuck right there in the middle, and once you move past it, you're going to feel better. I guarantee you that, because finally you're not going to have this unconscious, and not even necessarily with this situation, with everything. Once you realize that it's okay to talk about it, to talk about things, once you see that it's okay to let this all out, you're going to realize you're going to start feeling better. You're going to start to let yourself feel happy again. I assure you of that. You see what I'm saying? Let's do this, my friend. It's time. All right? You lost control. I know that you did. You lost control. Something bad happened. And the only way that you can make up for that is tell me why it happened. Something happened. I know that something happened. You know what I mean?
Like what triggered it?
Yeah.
That's all.
What do you think? What do you think it was? Like, did you get angry? Or was it just something that's like, you know what I mean? Like something in your mind's like, all of a sudden, like you're just instantly angry, and then all of a sudden something happened. Like, how did it happen, you think?
It's acting.
Did somebody do something or say something to make you angry, you think? Well, obviously something, and you said it. You said something. You're trying to figure out what triggered you. You know what I mean?
It says that, but the more I kept going, it's like the more I kept going deeper.
Right.
And then I guess the liquor must have hit me already.
Right.
On the fatigue, I was still standing up too. So I mean, it says sit down.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't been sitting down the whole time.
Yeah.
And after that, blackout. It's just
Okay.
just walking around in the blackout. Why did I walk around? Like something
was pulling you, and then I know that. Here's the thing: is you know that you lost control. You know how you lost control. You know what happened. I know you do. You need to get that out. And I get it. Whatever this was, this force pulled you to where you were at. You know what I mean? And you were there, and you're in the middle of it, and you lost control. And I get that. But you got to help me make sense of this, man.
Yeah.
You have to.
Walking into the track, walking the bikes, it kept turning, it kept turning. Each direction I was turning, I just kept drinking more and more. And outside, I kept feeling myself moving. Because I noticed when I felt like drunk, but this drunk was weird. Because I never been fatigued or walking, did all that a long time before, so everything mixed together was like something new.
Yeah. Like something that's overcame you, right?
Yeah. But I'm trying to find detail on the way sometimes.
I understand what you're saying. I know it's tough. It is. It's very, very tough. It's difficult. You know what I mean? And like I know that nobody wants to admit to things like this. You know what I mean? But you're not a monster. You're not a bad person. You know what I mean? You're not. And I don't want people to see you as that either. And they won't. I assure you of that. If you're honest with yourself, if you're honest with me, things happen. You know what I mean? When people can make sense of that, that's when they're like, he was going through a tough time. He lost control. It is what it is. You know what I mean?
Paragraph short.
Huh?
Paragraph kind of short.
It's a little short. But here's the thing. So you already acknowledged that you lost control. Like I know you're right there, man. We are right there. Together, we're right there. You know that you need to get the rest of this out. You have brought me this far. We have gone, like, at first you're giving me, like, this is always the way it happens. You know what I mean? So here's what happens. When we first sit down, here's where we start, and then here's where we end. And there's the line. This line right here is like what you're telling me, like your statements you're telling me. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And then as the conversation progresses, then here's where we start, and here's where we end. So you're giving me a little bit more each time. In the very end of the conversation, what's going to happen? Here's the beginning of it. Here's the end of it. And this is what actually happened. That's what actually happened. So it goes from this line right here all the way down to this line. And this is the actual chain of events of what happened. And I feel like right now we're somewhere between here and here. Every single time we talk about it, a little bit more comes out. I know you were drinking, you lost control. You see what I'm saying? What people are not going to be able to understand is like, oh, he lost control and then all of a sudden he woke up. Like, no, they're going to see that's bullshit. You know what I mean? When I say they, I mean anybody looking at this case, like it's bullshit, right? I mean, it is what it is. You can't let that take over your mind. You and I both know. You don't just drink and you wake up like, there are clothes on, something happened. It's not that when you're that far gone, you're not able to walk around. You're not able to do, you know what I mean, perform simple actions or like, you know, like a lot of things that you would do if you were sober. Everybody knows that. You know what I mean? It's a common fact. Like when you drink too much, you pass out. You stumble around, you fall down, like you throw up, stuff like that. What you don't do is you make conscious decisions, or like you walk around and you have all your faculties too. You know what I mean?
I've been around people that drink a lot.
Me too.
Is that I seen I pay attention to how they act.
Mm-hmm.
When they get you. I see myself act when I get too drunk. Like out of my lifetime, I got drunk 3.
Well, let me ask you this: Do you think that this incident? Do you think that this defines who you are as a person? Like, do you think this is how you are?
Because
you're not a bad guy, right?
I just moved there for vacation.
Right. This is not even so. When you drink, some people get angry, some people get happy, some people get sad, like all sorts of different things. What people don't do is this, and I get that. You get that. When you have so much stress when you have like all that stuff on your plate, you have so much stress in your life, people do all sorts of strange things. They react in all sorts of different ways. You know what I mean? It's like when you put too much on your brain, it's like it's not what you do at that point It's not your fault, but it's the reason for it is because you've just been pushed a little bit too far. You know what I mean? And you just have that breaking point, and then something happens. And that's what you need to be able to explain. You know, it's like when you're walking down the street and you see these people, and then something just happens, like you reach that breaking point. I think there was a chain of events that happened which brought you and them to a certain place at a certain time, and your paths crossed. You know what I mean? And it was that exact moment, like something happened where that's where you lost control, and that was it. You see what I'm saying? It's not your fault why it all happened like that. Like you said, you lost control. You didn't have control of yourself. Something happened. Maybe it was just in your mind that was the exact moment. Like something like this would happen if it was them, or if you were by yourself, or something else. You see what I'm saying? I don't think that you chose them. I don't think that you necessarily targeted them or anything like that. I don't think that at all. I don't think anybody thinks that. I think at that moment you had just had enough of the things that you're going on in your life, and something bad happened. And you're fixing it now. You're here now, and you're fixing it. You're putting it back together. I know you wish it would never happen, but it happened. And you need to get beyond it. You need to own it. You need to rise above this. Because like I told you, your life is not over. You see what I'm saying? You still have that chance of retribution. You still have that chance of like living your life. And what I know that you don't want is to live with this on your conscience, because you're not going to want to live like that. I guarantee it. You don't want that. You know, that's not something. You know, when you're a kid and you lied to like your teacher or your friend or something like that, and you feel bad and it eats you up a little bit, and then finally like, man, I got to get this out. I got to get after somebody. You know what I mean? That's the situation. It's on a much larger level. You don't want this on your mind. You don't want this on your soul, on your conscience. You need to lift it up. You need to lift that, because it's all on your shoulders right now. You see what I'm saying? It's all on you. You need to get it off of yourself. You need to lift it up and get it off you and put it out into the atmosphere. Do you see what I'm saying? Into the environment. You don't want this negativity following you around for the rest of your life, for several reasons. For your mental health.
Especially watching my father and my stepfather. Only watching all that, so definitely.
Right. Wouldn't you want them to, like I told you, you're not a monster, you're not a bad person. Wouldn't you want people to know why this all happened? Like, hey, you know what? And then they're going to be able to understand it too, because especially the people close to you that know you better than anybody else. Oh shit! He did what?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Here's the difference, though. You control the outcome, because then what's going to happen is like they're going to see it and they're going to be a little disappointed. But you know what? They're also going to see like, oh, okay, he had a lot going on and he did it because of these reasons right here. You know what I mean? Like you had a lot on your plate and you just hit that breaking point, and they're going to be like, okay, who's to say they wouldn't have done anything any different? You know what I mean? Allow yourself to understand that it's okay to break down sometimes. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, boy. I came to the beach, I've been crying all the time.
Right. You went there to try to make yourself right, and you know what I mean, to level yourself out. And for whatever reason, who knows what that reason was? Something drove you to this. You know what I mean? Like something happened inside your mind, whether or not you're aware of it or you're not aware of it. Something happened and it caused this to happen. You know what I mean? And sometimes it's like, you're right, there is a trigger sometimes. Sometimes that trigger is maybe that you're walking past them and like he bumped into you or said something to you or something along those lines. You know what I mean? And then that's what triggered you in the head. Maybe it was just something as hello, but inside your mind, you take that as like, okay, that was it. That was my breaking point. Here we go. You know what I mean? Or maybe it's something a little bit more like definitive, like you guys are walking past and he says something like, hey, get the hell out of my way or something like that. And that's what triggers you. You know what I mean? And that's what caused you to lose control. You know what I mean? It could have been any wonder. Regardless of that, regardless of what it was, like it would have happened anywhere you were. You see what I'm saying? And what happened has already happened, and there's no changing that. There's no going back and changing that. There is fixing it. There is. Bring yourself out of this hole that you're in.
Part of my heart was angry to how she died. My story, I said the story how she died. That most likely stressed me the most. How she died, how they looked at her and left her. That was not tears, that was just anger. Y'all left her. Y'all doctor, y'all supposed to take care of her. Y'all left her on the deathbed. It's about you.
I know. Just you need this. This is healing for you. You need to get it out.
Yeah, most of triggers because of that. Because I haven't been thinking about that word in a while. But that word stopped coming to my head and left her like, yeah. It was unfair. I did this shit like that would do. Another thing is, I feel like I'm shut up because I really monsters. I raised my monsters, I chose to.
You may have been raised around it, but you're not a monster.
I'm just doing this. Survive.
But you're here now, and you're not. You've probably met a lot of people in your life that are bad people, that are monsters, that just do things because they enjoy doing it, not because they've had bad things happen and they just break. That's not you. You need to understand that there's a huge difference between them and you. You're a better person than that. You're a better person than them. This doesn't define who you are. This is not who you are as a person, because you don't do these things every single day to people walking around you. You don't enjoy doing it. You didn't enjoy this. It was something that happened and you lashed out and something bad happened. And you're taking responsibility for it. And you're allowing yourself to heal right now. I know what you're saying. So let me ask you something. So we're there. We're right there. We're in the middle. It's you and I together right now, and that's it, in this room. And we're in the middle of this. So now you're starting to allow me to, it's all making sense now, because at first I'm like, this doesn't make sense to me. You know what I mean? When things don't make sense, when a situation doesn't make sense of why it happens, it looks really bad. It's like, man, this is looking bad. But now that you're walking me through this, and you're telling me a little bit of what's going on with your life and with your mind and everything, it's starting to make sense. You see what I'm saying? And it's good, because you know what? If it's making sense to me, it's going to make sense to everybody else. You know that, right?
I just feel like venting.
You do need to vent. Everybody needs to vent. Are you kidding me? You do need to vent. You need that outlet. You know, I was telling you about the cups being full. That's what happened. People and things are just adding all this to your cup, and then it just overflowed. Right at that exact moment, your cup overflowed. It's not your fault. There's a lot of different things that caused your cup to overflow. Sometimes it's just, you just can't help it. Sometimes you don't have the chance or the opportunity to let it all a little bit out. And you know what I mean by that. When you let a little bit out, it means venting. It means going to the gym. It means doing these things to let out some of that water, to let out some of that out of your cup. You didn't have that opportunity for a long time. I can see that right now.
Forever.
Forever.
They keep everything to me. So it's also child, so it's also baby.
Your entire life, things are just getting added to your life, added to your mind. And finally, you just had enough. That's too much for anybody to handle. And I guarantee you this, you probably went through your life dealing with these things in certain ways better than most people would. Because you're a strong person.
I was not strong enough.
You were strong enough for yourself. And you know what? You cannot beat yourself up. You cannot blame yourself for everything, because not everything in your life is your fault. You need to understand that. That's one big thing. That's a big realization. It took me a long time to understand this. This is a big realization. Like, everything bad that happens in your life isn't your fault. Sometimes it is. Sometimes there's no... You know what I mean? Like, say you get mad and you punch the wall and you hurt your hand. That was your fault. That was my fault. You know what I mean? But there's certain things, you can't blame yourself for everything. Like, yeah, that was a dumb decision that I made. I hit the wall. Yeah, that was my fault. But there's certain things that are out of your control, and you cannot blame yourself. It's easy to blame yourself. Like, it just is. But it's not your fault, man. None of this is. You need to know that. Not for just this, but for yourself, but for in general in your life. You need to know that it's not your fault, and you need to realize there are other things out there that cause things to happen in your life, other than with things you do, other than your actions. You know that. You need to understand that for yourself.
Say it again.
You need to understand that everything, that your actions aren't what cause the things around you that's happening. Everything that you're doing isn't causing these bad things to happen. It's not your fault that things are happening. It's other things a lot of times. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? I feel like I even confused myself. I had in my mind, I understand what I'm saying in my mind, but then as you're trying to say it, it's just confusing. But you see what I'm saying? It's not things happen and they're out of your control. Okay? When you make when these kind of things happen, what is your fault is whenever you don't do anything to fix them. You see what I'm saying? But when it does, the main thing that happens, you have this one main thing. It's a catalyst of a lot of different things. One big thing happens that's not your fault. You lose control and something bad happens. Okay? You can either choose not to fix it and you can run from it. That's your fault. Or what you do is you can take responsibility for it. You can take accountability for your actions and you can fix it. Guess what? That's who you are as a person. That defines who you are right there. And that's who you are as a person, because you're a good person and you're strong and you have good morals and you have good values and you have a code. Things don't always go the way according to plan. You know that. You make plans, something happens. It rains. You get a flat tire. You run into this or you that. And you know that. And I know that it's like really, really like dumbing it down to like a really basic level. A flat tire is completely different from this situation, but it's the same in a lot of the sense. You understand what I'm saying? Things are outside of your control. You can control what happens after that, is the point that I'm trying to get across. You control it after that. When you take accountability for yourself and your actions, because that's all you have. At the end of the day, you've got your integrity and what you do in response to the bad things that happen. So let me ask you this. So you're walking down the road and you see these people, and that was your mind. You'd had enough. Your mind's had enough. That was you lost control. Now, did they say anything to you to trigger yourself, do you think? Or that was just, you just saw them? Did you guys have any interaction? Did they say anything to you at all? No? So did they even say hello to you or anything? Did they say anything to you, or you just saw them and you just kind of lost control? This time. It's time. I know. But we're here. This is it. We're in the home stretch now. You know what I mean? You know what I mean when I say that? Like, we're here. There's no beating around the bush. There's no this or that. We're past absolutely everything. It's you and I now and nobody else. Do you see what I'm saying? It's time to get it off your chest, because I don't want to see you leave this room with it still on your conscious, with still on your mind, and eating you alive. Because I know, I can see right now that that's not what you want. You want to rid yourself of it. It's like walking around with this big heavy backpack on for miles and miles and miles, and you're just getting so stressed, and it gets worse. The longer you carry it, the worse it gets. You're tired, you're sore, you're hungry, you're this, you're that. Finally, guess what happens? You decide to take it off, and all of a sudden this weight's lifted off. And all of a sudden it gets easier. You know what I mean? You feel better. You walk around, and it's like, oh man, it's not holding me back anymore. You know what I mean? Like, you feel good. And this is what you need to do, but on an emotional level. You need to let go of that emotional baggage. Shed off that backpack off your mind. You see what I'm saying? Then you're going to fully be able to move on from this. You're going to start the healing process, not just with this, but with your life in general. Because you hit that rock bottom, you hit that low, and now guess what? The only way you're going to go from here is up. You can either choose to stay on this level, and you can choose to stay on the ground, or you can start to fight back, and you can start to dig yourself out of this. And you can rise above it, and you can leave it all behind you. You can't go anywhere but up from here. Allow your mind to heal, allow your heart to heal, and just move forward from it. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, I want this for you. Like, absolutely, man. Walk through the door. That's it. It's right there in front of you. Leave it all behind. Now is the time. Now is the time to leave it all behind you and to really move forward and to heal yourself. Starting with this. And then you need to apply this with everything in your life. You know what I mean? You get angry throughout the day for whatever reason it is, and you need to move on for it. You need to shed it off. Like, you know what? It's already over with. The situation's already done. You see what I'm saying? Like, you can't control it. A lot of people have a hard time letting go of things like that. And I'm not like, a lot of times I'm no different. Something will happen. Like, say you're driving down the road and somebody flips you off, or somebody does something that makes you mad. 10 minutes later, it's like you're already down the road, you're at work, you're at home, but you're still angry about it. Like, why am I still angry about it? It's done with. I can't change the way people feel. I can't change what they've done. I can't change the situation. But what I can do is, like, just let it go. Like, shard off that baggage and just move on. And you know what? When you make that conscious decision to do that, when I do that, I'm telling you right now, it is like, it really is. Like, it's just lifted off me. It's like, you know what? Why was I so mad about it? Why was I doing this? Once it's done, it's done. There's no changing it. And once you realize that, that's powerful. You know what I mean? Once you realize you can't change the past, but you can only dictate what happens in the future, like, that's huge, man. Some people never reach that point in their life. They just dwell on things. They hold on to it. And they never reach true happiness. You see what I'm saying? Because they can't let go of these things. I'm telling you this because of my own life experiences, because I'm telling you what I know. You know what I mean? I'm not telling you this for any other reason other than that, because I know what works for me. I know what I feel, and I know what I believe in. You know what I mean? It's time to let all this nonsense go, and it's time to let all that emotion go, that anger, that hatred, that rage. You need to leave it all behind. Let it go. Rise above that. Look where it brought you. You're absolutely right. But guess what? It doesn't mean you got to stay in that position. You change it yourself. You change it. You change your situation. It's a shitty situation. It is. But you know what? You're going to get through it because you are strong. You said a minute ago, like, but I wasn't strong enough. Yes, you are. this is going to make you even stronger. You're going to learn from this. You're going to grow from it. And you're going to end up being a better person because of it. Do you understand? I have full faith in you that you are going to make it through this, and you're going to be a better person because of it. Because you learn from it. You learn. There's certain things you need to do in order to survive, in order to maintain that calm, that level of, you know what I mean? Like that level of calm. Like Zen, like people meditate. I'm not sure if I completely believe in it, but it's like I believe in the theory behind it. You know what I mean? Like that you need to be able to like bring yourself, like cancel out all the static in your life and just find that inner peace. And I think you have that. I know that you can. It starts with this and it moves forward. I guarantee you, this is going to affect you for the rest of your life in a positive way. You're going to learn from this situation, and you're going to move forward from it. Am I right? All right.
The courthouse.
The courthouse?
That's the thing we tell the people about a stance. I'm trying to put up the story with details. Oh, I'm still back on that.
I got you. All right. So let me get back to this now. So you don't think that they said anything to you when you passed by them? Like when you passed by them, like you don't remember them saying anything to you? Like they didn't even say hello to you or anything like that? So basically in your mind, it was just like that was the final straw in your mind. And it wasn't necessarily anything they did or anything that happened. It was just in your mind, it was just, that was it. Boom, we're done. We're doing this. And then something bad happens, right? So tell me, what were you thinking? Like so I know that you guys passed by each other, right? They're walking one way, you're walking another. But then you turn around. And then you follow after them and then you catch up to them. So tell me after that what happened. So let me ask you this. So So when you caught up to them, what happened? Did you remember something they said to you or something like that?
Say nothing to me.
No.
I'm trying to see if I did something because I felt like I wasn't ready in the mindset.
Yeah. Well, you were probably a little upset already.
The mindset was like something was feeding me with something.
Right. Well, I can tell you this, that alcohol is in small, when you do it every once in a while, I don't know how much you drink. I mean, I see the liquor bottles everywhere. Right. You know what I mean? Like
I'm talking. I look at the percentage.
Yeah.
It allowed me to know.
Well, and the thing of it is, it affects everybody differently. You know what I mean? Like some people can drink and they can be just fine and they can just be happy and everything like that. Like
that's me right there.
It's not ever. A lot of times people get out there and they drink and they're just like, they have a good time, like everything's happy and everything's fun. But here's the thing: is like when you already have a lot on your plate, when you already have a lot in your cup, and then you start drinking, that can have a negative effect.
I did. That goes.
People don't understand that. People don't take that into consideration. It's like, well, I'm normally not an angry drunk, or I'm this or that. But it's like if that's fine. Maybe you're not, but it doesn't matter though, because like alcohol, it just starts changing things in your mind when you drink. Like if you're already having a really hard time with your life and you drink, yeah, maybe you'll be happy, maybe you'll be okay, maybe you get really sad and cry, or maybe you'll just snap. You know what I mean? Like you never know how it's gonna. I don't drink. You know what I mean? I used to drink. I don't anymore. Because I did silly things when I drank. You know what I mean? Like I did things I just wasn't proud of, like things I just didn't, It's embarrassing. You know what I mean? It's like you wake up like, oh man, I shouldn't have done this or that. But it is what it is. But you know what? Like my family everyone has their issues. Everyone has their demons. You know what I mean? Sometimes they get brought out when they drink. You see what I'm saying?
Drink for positive.
Right. It's kind of like self-medication. You know what I mean? Yeah. You do it, you feel good, you kind of forget about the things, but sometimes it just doesn't always happen like that. You know what I mean? So not always a positive thing. Like, it's good whenever you feel good. It's good when you drink and like you feel happy. Like, that's the good times. But it's a depressant. Alcohol is a depressant. It makes you, it changes your mood, sometimes for the worse.
It was like this. It was like they passed by.
Mm-hmm.
After they passed by, it's like I was like going back. I was tired, like fatigued.
Right.
And then I knew you saw me pause.
Right.
That's why I feel like something
Something is pulling you.
I knew you got up to the whole thing.
Yeah. So,
Especially I was very stressing
from everything, from your whole life.
that especially from the day
Yeah.
getting there to that destination.
I tell you one thing, man. I absolutely hate traveling. It's fun when you get there, but it's miserable, man. Like, you're sitting around, especially when you take the bus and you're surrounded a bunch of people, and like it's hot or it's too cold or you're hungry or you're tired, and it's like it's stressful. You know what I mean? It stresses you out.
Well, Gene won't have to worry about being stressed anymore. At least, not due to his need to travel around the city. Make that any city. He will be sentenced to life without the possibility of parole for the unprovoked and brutal attack on the Altmans. If you were like me and you got angry watching Gene laugh several times during this interview, put "you and me both" down below. And I'm signing out. I gotta try to get rid of this cold. But I'll see you kind folks again really soon. Right back here on They Caught Me. Till next time.